twitch.tv/gaming with stupidity.
Get away from me.
I love how we
Oh,
always use the
God.
same ambience. It's so cool.
I mean, you're welcome to go actually hunt down more.
Why would I do that? Alright.
God damn it.
Give it a moment, I presume, until we start reading the first one. I'm excited. I can't wait to read the original article.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so cool, I bet. It's gonna be such an interesting piece of, like, history that I'm sure will stand the test of time.
Oh my, I cannot wait.
Oh, God, I sure hope it isn't a concrete baby that if you look away from it, it snaps your neck. That would be awful.
Oh, snap my neck.
$682 and all termination attempts. God fucking damn it, Rich.
Fuck.
Why do you always do this? I think we keep it limited to one like article. And if that article includes like in the actual article, like, hey, there's this additional document, sure. But I'm not doing like fan recreations of like what they think would happen if SCP-682 met the spaghetti monster.
Why the fuck not?
Why not?
Why not?
Okay, so do we actually do 682, Mord? It seems Ridge wants us to do SCP-682.
Me.
Oh no, I said that because I know for a fact that that's going to take like 4 hours.
I mean, we can do 682,
Well,
we just
depends on how
can't do
deep
all
we go into
termination
it.
attempts. I don't think 682 was actually that long either.
Not sure.
Yeah.
682 is really popular, but it's hard to say, like, without looking at the article, it's hard to say how much of that's, like, actually on the main article, or if it's just like, okay, but what if I just, you know...
Alright, one moment. It should be in Series 1 still.
What if I just lied and said that we did something with this when we didn't?
By the way, I'm listening to you guys. I'm just over here just...
It's not long at all.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
And again...
There is a termination log here. Is this all of them?
Yeah,
or...
that's the one that I'm
Oh
referring
my
to.
god!
Oh
That's
my
the
god,
one that
never
I'm
mind.
referring to.
Oh
That's-
my god!
That's the one that I'm referring to.
You know, I
What,
realized
is this
the
just an
moment that you
ever-living
clicked on
document?
that I saw...
Anytime they're like, this would be cool. They just like put that in. Jesus.
My first indication that I was violently incorrect was the fact that the slider on the right-hand side is smaller than your mouse.
Yeah. Maybe we don't do that one, and maybe please don't jokingly use the fucking. There are only 2 allowed uses of that prompt per stream. Please don't use it per a bit.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
We can do this one. It's an entire stream in and of itself.
We read this and it
Yeah.
takes like it's like up to 9 o'clock now.
Also, yeah, I moved Lurkmate up, so you can see names. No, we're not doing 682 right now.
I mean, come on. Come on.
Why not?
man.
Some of these are pretty good.
We could do 682. We're not doing termination log right now.
Fine, we can do the termination logs when we actually get there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against you actually like starting out a stream with this at some point. That looks like a gargoyle.
Do I sound alright?
You sound okay.
You're quiet.
I mean, that's fine. That I can fix.
There you go, we fit. Is that better? Lurk bait working good now?
My Wi-Fi adapter is acting up today.
Alright, I suppose it's time for me to start reading.
Read the paper.
Alright. Item number SCP-171. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. A 4,500-liter pool of sea... I just realized something was off. I usually have this on my other monitor, and I was like, something feels wrong right now. I was like, I don't know what it is, but something doesn't feel right. There we go. A 4,500-liter pool of seawater located at Bioresearch Area 12 is the current research location of SCP-171. Though not immediately dangerous, minimal physical contact between secretions of SCP-171 and its hosts are to be observed. All communications between hosts and researchers are to be recorded and transcribed. Human hosts are to be fed a vegan diet of their choosing. Other animal hosts are to be fed appropriately. Fresh seawater is to be cycled into its tank regularly. Why, we fit?
Well, you heard the man.
The standard procedure I wanted to go by for these not these anime recommendations, these SCP recommendations, ignore that, is like, once somebody recommends it, we do that one like after the current SCP being read. But that would mean we read 173, then 172, then 174. But do you actually want us to do that, or are we chill to just keep reading?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll let you decide.
Maybe we need you need to like be more specific with that, Felix.
Listen, you know for a fact if I'm more specific, people will still find a way around to be dicks about it.
They would.
I mean,
Alright.
yeah. Okay, but alright, whatever, it's fine. Fuck it.
Yeah, I know. I'll probably, like, remove the limit, but leave the price as, like, 1, so people can just keep redeeming it. Maybe with, like, a cooldown of, like, 5 minutes or something, so that they don't just spam it.
Right.
But, like, that way I can still pick and choose, like, hey, yeah, sure, we can do that one sounds good. Or this one sounds awful. Alright.
Hang on. Keep reading, I'll be back.
Description. Originally, SCP-171 was thought to be a colony of microscopic organisms similar to SCP-968 or SCP-165. But further investigations revealed SCP-171 to be a single entity spanning 300 square meters when first encountered. SCP-171 is a web-like matrix of small, fine tendrils of neurons, mucus glands, and muscle fibers suspended in a frothy foam of its own creation. It is not capable of self-locomotion and does not actively attack or feed on other living organisms. Rather, it attempts to form a symbiotic relationship with all organisms it comes into contact with. Flagella of the muscles surrounding the neural fibers work mucus, sea salt, water, and other secretions into bubbles, forming a... Is this fucking Mizitsune? Is this Mizitsune from Hunter x Hunter?
Oh,
Forming a
no.
large foam support. Any creature that spends a significant amount of time in contact with the matrix of SCP-171 risks becoming integrated into a collective consciousness sustained by it. People who become covered in SCP-171 foam describe a tingly or tickly sensation experienced, which researchers have observed as threads of SCP-171 tunneling through the skin to directly integrate into the subject's nervous system. In time, the simple motor neurons of subjects are expanded into an elaborate two-way positive communication nexus, allowing the brains of hosts to communicate with each other and the entity of SCP-171. I did say that right, okay. Over time, the individuality of subjects are incorporated into and shared with others of the SCP-171 matrix, resulting in a collective consciousness in which individual personalities are non-existent. There are currently 19 human subjects host to SCP-171, 11 civilian, 8 D-Class personnel. Subjects are capable of traversing the foam without losing conscious contact with the collective as neuroreceptors on the subject's skin form to allow chemical communication between the subject and SCP-171, much in the same way terminal axons communicate with dendrites in the brain. These receptors on the skin look like small white clear moles, slightly raised and very sensitive to touch. Some subjects disappear into the foam of SCP-171 and are not seen again for several months. It is unknown how they survive without fresh water or sustenance. Other hosts include 2 Australian porpoises, originally 4 beach gulls, 3 have been euthanized, 41 fish of various species euthanized for study, 27 beach crabs euthanized for study, and 1 canine. They didn't euthanize the dog, but they euthanized the fish?
Dog doing?
What the dog doing?
Yeah.
Within 2 hours, most subjects began forming neuroreceptors on the skin and receiving neural contact with SCP-171. After 3 hours, a psychological bond has been established between subjects and the collective. After 6 hours, a complete integration and dependency on the collective has evolved. At this point, removing the subject from contact with SCP-171 results in manic and violent behavior, along with eventual complete psychological breakdown of the individual, leading to a vegetative state of mind. 4 individuals have been lost in this manner. When interviewed, all subject hosts speak with the same core collective consciousness as if they were parts of a single entity. The collective is aware of itself and its composure of diverse individuals, and even laments the loss of each individual persona. Or persona. Persona? Can you eat fish after euthanasia? I think so?
What?
It doesn't mention the method of euthanization. Euthanization doesn't exactly mean, like, injected
Hammer.
with anything. They could have just gave them the cow crusher, like, gun.
Hammer.
Mm-hmm. You just made me imagine someone sledgehammering a fish. That's just, like, laying on a rock or something. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is euthanizing it, but, like, still.
Euthanizing the fish by slamming it against a wall.
Slamming it against a hammer.
SCP-171 tells researchers that it understands what it is, but not where it came from, explaining that its own intelligence and the intelligence of the hosts it were incorporated were too simple to understand or remember its origin. Researchers noted the change in SCP-171's personality after integrating D-Class personnel and chose to not allow the inclusion of violent, ill-willed, or malevolent personnel from that point on. SCP-171 has expressed that through meditation and understanding, it chooses to avoid the consumption of other animals when possible. Addendum 171-1. SCP-171 was first encountered by beachgoers and surfers on August 12, 2007 along the Australian coastline near Yamba, New South Wales. When civilians playing in the foam began experiencing abnormal skin conditions, CDC officials contacted SCP personnel when they were unable to explain the anomaly. Addendum 171-2. Personnel who wish to be voluntarily integrated with SCP-171 must first be subject to a complete psychological evaluation to ensure sound mental health, with special emphasis on possible disconnection from humanity and potential suicidal tendencies. They are to be repeatedly warned that such integration is permanent and that no evidence exists to show that SCP-171 in any way exhibits a state of higher consciousness, or indeed a consciousness significantly different from our own. If subject persists in wishing to be integrated and has shown to be making the decision in a sound state of mind, they are to be permitted to do so. What happened?
Let's try it again. So after that
Cool.
hesitation or whatever.
It worked.
You did it. You did it.
Huge.
This is another small one. I could take it, if anyone wants. Who's reading 173 is my question. Mord or Biggle?
Just do it for me because
You want to do it?
I'll do 173. I don't care.
Alright, cool. Maura, do you mind if I take this one too, and you can take whatever's after 173?
I simply do not care right now. I'm far too angry.
Angry at what?
Okay.
My fucking Wi-Fi adapter.
Oh, okay. So a firing
I might
squad.
genuinely have to rejoin on my phone.
They used the firing squad on the fish. They called in
I mean-
fucking MTF Epsilon or some fucking thing to put these fish
I mean,
down.
as long as it suffers less than it was by being alive, I suppose it counts as euthanasia.
I'm
Oh
sorry,
my
but
God.
hearing firing squad to a fish and then the song picked up like that was it was funny as fuck.
So it's reminding me of this one video I saw of someone who like did a lot of like ocean fishing or stuff where there's like generally a lot of bigger like fish and stuff that you kind of gotta yank out of the water, going like river fishing for the first time, and he caught like a sunfish or something, and when he went to yank it out of the water, it just fucking flew out and slammed against a wall because it's so much smaller than what the guy was used to fishing for. Oh, we're about to get an ad break. So, I'll wait just a moment before reading this. I'll keep joking around until then. Something
Unreal.
Go ahead.
Actually, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you
Actually,
go ahead.
you
You
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
You
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
buddy.
You go ahead.
Hey, buddy, go
All
ahead.
right. What's best drill?
I mean, it's just a straight upgrade tree from what you have right now.
Okay.
So it goes
All right,
from
you
like
go.
455 to like 555 to 655.
Okay. Okay. Now you can go.
Yeah, best drill is Devon's drill, but like, what
Okay.
was I gonna say? I was looking at it earlier, and it turns out SCP-102 has been like updated. I don't intend to go back for it right now, but at some point in the future, we'll do like a reread of any that have been changed. Now I get to mention that Erica needs to do a posture check. I should turn that off.
Oh, we should.
Yeah.
Just him.
No, don't do it? Okay, that's fair. Yeah. She's always bullying other streamers with their different point redeems and stuff. Like, on her cousin's stream, she's a mod, and she's admitted that, she does just redeem stuff, and then she just refunds herself the points so that she can keep doing it.
Oh yeah, she did.
So
say
it's
that,
only
yeah.
fair that I get to have a point redeem on my stream that has Erica do a posture check. As a
forgot she said
payback for
that.
those wronged by her. Alright. Item number SCP-172. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Any personnel wishing to access SCP-172 must receive written approval and undergo a 1-hour training session. All interaction with SCP-172 must be overseen by at least one Class 4 operative, who may end the session at their discretion. Any and all records, drawings, or correspondence produced by SCP-172 are to be submitted immediately to Dr. Redacted for review. Reasonable requests made by SCP-172 are to be granted after approval by Dr. Redacted. SCP-172 is allowed out of its containment area with approval as long as it is accompanied by an armed Class 4 operative. Armed personnel are to be stationed at the door of SCP-172. Should SCP-172 attempt to escape, it is to be first asked to cease and desist and then led back to its containment area. Containment area is to be kept stocked with paper, pencils, and any additional components requested by SCP-172. Tables, chairs, and any additional furnishings requested by SCP-172 are to be provided pending approval by Dr. Redacted. Upon entering its dormant state, SCP-172 should be placed in its transportation box until rewound. Description: SCP-172 appears to be a human being, 34 years of age, 185 centimeters, 6 foot 1 inch tall, black hair and mustache, 386 pounds, and of Russian descent. Holy shit.
Damn.
SCP-172's personality is very friendly and intelligent, and somewhat dull and repetitive. SCP-172 prefers dress from the 1860s, and always wears a large ornate key on a long necklace. SCP-172 has never identified itself by any name, and is not upset by being referred to by its designation number. Internally, SCP-172 is a staggeringly complex automaton possessing over 2 million moving parts and 18 million components at last count. Component parts appear to be made of glass, silk, wood, steel, brass, rubber, and several other substances. Similarity between this construct and that of SCP-2776 suggests a similar creator or creators. SCP-172 also has several modules that can be installed via a hatch in its chest. These appear to alter behavior, speech, movement, and several parameters based on position in the body cavity and module components. SCP-172 has 46 modules at current count, having built 3 of these while in Foundation custody. Currently, SCP-172 is loaded with the Engineer module. Modules have been identified by SCP-172 as Caretaker, Soldier, Medic, Mother, and King, though this is by no means a comprehensive list, refer to document 172-2. Under no circumstances are modules to be replaced without O5 level authorization. SCP-172 is powered via a mainspring which is wound with a key in SCP-172's possession. After inserting it into a hole at the base of the neck, SCP-172 can operate for 8 hours on a single full wind-up. SCP-172 appears wholly human when in operation and is capable of all basic human functions. SCP-172 has no need to eat, breathe, or sleep, but will perform all of these functions if allowed to do so. SCP-172 is extremely obedient and will follow any instructions given to it by the best of its ability. SCP-172 does not view its existence as strange, and asserts that it is human even when shown its internal components. SCP-172 is also extremely delicate, and great care must be taken to preserve and maintain its function. SCP-172 has also shown a level of mechanical skill nothing short of miraculous. SCP-172 is capable of analyzing and copying any mechanical device it comes into contact with. This was first shown when it became apparent that locks of any kind cannot contain SCP-172. It has also made several copies or upgraded versions of SCP technology, all based on incredibly complex clockwork, most notably data expunged. Document 172-4R, Notes on Recovery of SCP-172. SCP-172 was recovered after the Great War in a chamber below a former vacation home of the Tsars, exposed due to a stray bombing. The chamber and its contents were badly damaged, but SCP-172 was found intact in an iron crate along with many modules and its key. Item was removed by operatives and wound up inside testing facilities. SCP-172 appeared to wake up from a deep sleep and proceeded to greet everyone present in Russian. When Agent Redacted shouted in surprise, SCP-172 pushed against its chest and repeated its greetings in English. SCP-172, when questioned, stated that its last memory was playing with a young boy. The boy left, and SCP-172 began to feel very tired, so it returned to the box. It has no memory of its creation, creator, or name. And yeah, it does sound like a Mechanite SCP, I'll be real. Anything robotic sounds like a Mechanite SCP.
Wow.
Ridge on his way to drop 1 grain of sand into its mechanisms. As a treat. Oh my god, dude.
Oh,
See?
yeah.
Alright, eat up, buddy. Eat up.
Alrighty. Hi, I'm
Enjoy.
here to read. I'm the special guest, and I'm here to read this.
It's so comically short, man.
See, whenever I saw this the other time, I was like, dude, this is so fucking small to do the original, like, creation of SCP. Like,
Yeah,
So
it's
small.
nothing by comparison, dude.
why are you so small? Alright, I got this. Item number SCP-173. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. Item SCP-173 is to be kept in a locked container at all times. When personnel must enter SCP-173's container, no fewer than 3 may enter at any time, and the door is to be re-locked behind them. At all times, 2 persons must maintain direct eye contact with SCP-173 until all personnel have vacated and re-locked the container. Description: Moved to Site 1993. Origin is as of yet unknown. It is constructed from concrete and rebar with traces of Krylon brand spray paint. SCP-173 is animate and extremely hostile. The object cannot move while within a direct line of sight. Line of sight must not be broken at any time with SCP-173. Personnel assigned to enter container are instructed to alert one another before blinking. Object is reported to attack by snapping the neck at the base of the skull or by strangulation. In the event of an attack, personnel are to observe Class 4 hazardous object containment procedures. Personnel report sounds of scraping stone originating from within the container when no one is present inside. This is considered normal, and any change in this behavior should be reported to the acting HMCL supervisor on duty. The reddish-brown substance on the floor is a combination of feces and blood. Origin of these materials is unknown. The enclosure must be cleaned on a bi-weekly basis.
God.
That's it.
To any that
That
don't
is it.
know, this is the original SCP. This is what started it all. From a fucking, like, what was it, a
Hey, guy.
4chan post?
Yeah.
But it's just
Even
just
just
the
looking at the
creation.
writing, it is so different from any other SCP. Like, they just say container.
I'm so sad the image is gone. I know why it's gone.
They
but
just
still.
say a locked container. They don't even give you how big it is.
Hey,
Oh,
the
yeah,
picture
what?
was in some guy's fucking garage.
It's just a locked
yeah.
box.
Oh yeah, why did they remove it? I never
It
knew
was
the reason why.
technically copyright, even though they got like direct permission from the original like author to keep it up. Like, it was technically a copyrighted image, and so they took it down for that reason. But the original author was like, no, you can keep it. That's fine. He was like chill with it because of how big it had become over the time it had been the image. This one. This is the original image for SCP-173. For a while, they changed it over to like a more blocky one, which I'm not actually seeing here anywhere.
Further up, there's a couple examples of it.
Oh,
Like
that
more like that.
that one on the right of
That
that
one I
image that you
never
just
saw.
showed. Yeah, they updated the SCP Secret Laboratory 173 model. It doesn't look like that, but they changed it.
Yeah. But this,
I don't like
it's weird that we can't even see like the actual. Here's like the original image, I think, and that's a painting done
is.
of it.
No, that is actually the original image. Oh wait, is it
Like I-
painted?
Like I said, it's just this thing in someone's garage.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is what the original image looked like. I just don't even see it
That-
here.
it-
It's like it's gone.
It is. That is technically the original image.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's the one they changed to in Secret
It
Laboratory.
looks like something
It's
out of
that
fucking
thing.
Forewarned.
It does.
Oh, that's enough SCP history for now.
Anyways, that's gonna be it for stream.
Anyway, that's a
Yep,
great
that's it for
place.
stream.
I'm actually announcing the end of SCP reading streams now.
Well, it's been fun, kids.
It's been fun. I hated this series, and I hate you all.
And I fucking hate all of you. Good night.
I'm being a toxic streamer for like no reason. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Alright, Mord.
Oh, am I rating now? Okay.
Yeah, you can take the funny doll.
That's just Chucky, you can't lie to me.
It probably is.
That does look like it.
Okay, let me know if my audio quality starts getting bad.
Alright.
I've been I'm basically going fucking cross-eyed, keeping an eye on my MS. Item number, SCP-174. Object class, Euclid, formerly safe. See Incident 174-A. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-174 is to be contained within Storage Unit 7 at Site 19. Removal of SCP-174 from containment requires the approval of 2 Level 4 personnel familiar with the entity. It is preferable to use personnel with high Psychic Resistance Scale scores when interacting with SCP-174. All personnel in contact with SCP-174 are to undergo psychological evaluation. Those who display obsessive or protective tendencies towards the item are to be treated with Class B amnestics and monitored for 72 hours. Addendum to Containment Procedures. Most of this data is redacted except it's in the 2000s, early 2000s. Following Incident 174-A, SCP-174 and the main chamber of Storage Unit 7 are to be monitored at all times via video surveillance. Abnormal activity must be reported to Dr. A immediately. Furthermore, a GPS tracking device is to be installed on SCP-174 in order to expedite recovery should the item translocate out of Foundation custody.
I like the fucking GPS tracking device being like stuck onto a little toy doll.
I like to imagine it's not like a particularly fancy one, it's just like a clip onto its shirt.
Yeah.
Like, could easily get dislodged.
Description. SCP-174 is a wooden ventriloquial figure measuring 53 centimeters from head to toe, with somewhat ragged clothing and slight damage to several sections. Judging by the item's style and state of repair, it dates from the early 20th century. The eyes and mouth of SCP-174 can be manipulated by means of a mechanism inside the figure. When viewed in peripheral vision, subjects report on occasion that SCP-174 is looking directly at them with an expression of longing or sadness. When subjects look directly at SCP-174, this anomalous expression is not visible. Viewing SCP-174 indirectly, such as in a mirror or live video feed, appears to increase the likelihood of this effect manifesting itself. Excuse me. Personnel in the vicinity of SCP-174 report a general feeling of sadness or sympathy directed towards the figure, but cannot explain any reason for these feelings. Prolonged exposure can lead to personnel personifying the figure to greater extents. Those with particularly low Psychic Resistance Scale scores will in some cases begin to act as if SCP-174 were a living being, e.g. cradling it as if it were a baby. When informed of their abnormal behavior, all personnel revert to standard behavioral patterns for at least several minutes. Subjects who place SCP-174 on their hand report an urge to converse with it. When questioned, they frequently report that the figure is lonely and needs companionship. The subject will also begin speaking for SCP-174 and manipulating its expression. When speaking for the figure, the subject's voice will take on a higher-pitched, childlike tone. Recordings taken with the high-sensitivity microphones have determined that at no point does the figure itself actually speak or make any discernible noise. Regardless of the subject's experience, the act will be almost perfect. The conversation will quickly move towards a discussion of the figure's emotional state, particularly in relation to its past, in most cases leading to the retelling by the figure of a story. God, that's a hell of a run-on. Okay, gotta take that one again. The conversation will quickly move towards a discussion of the figure's emotional state, particularly in relation to its past, in most cases leading to the retelling by the figure of a story of how it was abandoned or mistreated. No one's story has ever been repeated, and therefore which, if any, is true is unknown. Researchers have theorized that SCP-174 may have low-level telepathic abilities, as each story seems to be based around a theme that will have particular resonance with the current subject. Helix, if you could.
Yeah, sorry, I just noticed my mic was a little, Is this good, or is this too far?
No, that's fine. Give me a second.
Alright, cool, just making sure.
Past this point, subjects will show great affection for SCP-174 and will attempt to protect it from people who come too close or try to interact with it, in some cases with deadly force. Subjects often refer to SCP-174 as their baby, or similarly strong terms of endearment when referring to it. This effect persists for several hours after SCP-174 and the subject have been separated, and in at least one case the effect has not dissipated 2 weeks after final interaction. Whether the effect would ever have lessened is unknown, as the subject in question was terminated owed to lack of compelling reason for further study. Subjects who are completely isolated from SCP-174 will become paranoid as to the figure's safety, and often undergo a mental collapse similar to that observed in mothers separated from young children. Oh, good.
Oh, great.
Class B or stronger amnestics have been shown to be effective in curing both the obsessive effect and the majority of resultant mental trauma. However, almost all who undergo such treatment complain of feelings of loss and can become depressive. Addendum 174-1. Experiment log. Transcription of video footage. Subject D14285, female, 21, no history of violent crime. Ah, damn, what the hell is she doing to get here? Probably tax fraud.
Probably.
Friendly reminder, all D-class are death row inmates as far as I'm aware.
Not
Or some
all,
close
but
equivalent. Most
that's
of
the
'em.
general consensus on what D-class are, yeah.
That are like political prisoners, maybe, who knows?
Yeah. It can also just be like researchers that were demoted.
Yeah.
Because they made like some horrible fuck up with the fucking
Well-
spaghetti monster.
Well, actually,
Yeah,
there
but
is.
that's effectively the same as a death row inmate at that point. Like, okay, you clearly can't be fucking trusted to go anywhere else. You get to put the jumpsuit on, big guy.
I'm also pretty sure that there were employees that were actually demoted to D class. Actually, now
That's
think
what I
about
just
it.
said.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm lying right now.
I did just mention that some people are just. I literally just said that some people are just demoted to D class.
I'm
Wait,
sorry.
like,
I'm
sometimes
sorry.
they demote personnel who are misbehaving.
Wait a minute,
I'm
guys.
sorry,
What if, hear me out, that sometimes they demoted personnel?
Anyways,
sorry.
let me just check real quick.
I was just minding my bad. I
You-
didn't pay
You've
attention.
been demoted to death row.
You're fine, Biggle.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. Supervising researcher Dr. A. Location: Containment Cell A4. Researcher and staff observing from behind two-way mirror. Site 19. I'm just going to say D14 for brevity. D14 is ordered to place SCP-174 on their hand. Subject does so after initial hesitation. After several seconds, subject begins a mundane conversation with SCP-174. After approximately 2 minutes, the subject asks SCP-174, "What happens to you?" At which point, the figure begins to recount a story of how it was left behind and damaged in a house fire, and subsequently discarded by its original owner. Note: subject's records indicate that her house was the victim of an arson attack in 19 redacted. Damn. Subject begins to console the figure and reassure it with standard positive statements. Figure remarks that it is lonely and wants to find friends. Fuck, okay. Subject begins to punch and pound the door with their free hand. When guards enter the cell, sidearms raised, the subject recoils to the corner of the cell, cradling the figure and whispering to it. Exact words not picked up by the microphone. Guards succeeded in removing SCP-174 from the subject and leave the cell. At this point, the subject screams, "They have him, my wonderful baby," and begins punching and kicking the door in a futile escape attempt. Note: at this point, Dr. A ordered the experiment concluded. D14 was terminated after attempts to calm her failed. This experiment was one of the first conducted with SCP-174 before the efficacy of amnestics had become apparent. Addendum 174-2, Incident 174-A. On Redacted, sometime in the 2000s, Dr. A entered Storage Unit 7 to find SCP-174 sitting on the floor next to its containment unit, looking directly at the main entrance door. The door to SCP-174's unit had been sealed shut, with no access having been logged in the previous week. After being replaced in containment, video surveillance was installed within Storage Unit 7 as a precaution against future translocations, and a GPS tracking unit was attached to SCP-174.
Great.
Alright, cool. You know, he's a doll.
Yeah.
That's it.
Maternal
I
Chucky.
mean, it's a cute little SCP. It's
So
simple enough.
apologies, WeFit, but we already read your recommended SCP. So it's a little late to change which SCP you want us to read, I'll be honest.
Okay, but we're not going to do 6A2 and you fucking know it.
It
So.
wasn't, no, I mean, WeFit that sent a message. Okay, this time for real, I changed my SCP redeem for 6959. Or 6959.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we already read your SCP.
you're a bitch.
Shut the fuck up.
I'll look at it though, because I do want to like I want to give it the stink test. Oh wait, this is too early. This one. I want to give it the stink test. We'll pass over it, but I will not be reading the entire article unless it looks great.
Sneef, sneef.
Is this one it? No, 59.
6959.
69.59.
God fucking damn you! I should strangle you.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Let's read this one.
Alright, well, I think I have to, right?
Let's read.
Rich,
It isn't long. I mean, yeah, sure.
Rich,
Fucking
you're the
do
only
it.
one
Do
who's
it. Do
played
it. Read
Ann
it. It's
Toho.
funny. We can read this one.
Nonsense. I forced you to play Luna Nights.
that doesn't count, you know it.
It's just fucking Oh.
Damn it.
I love this article already.
I've made my statement. Who's reading it?
Please, someone
Rich.
read it, please.
Fine. Alright. SCP-6959 is to be kept in a vacuum-sealed chamber suspended
Okay,
by
never
two.
mind.
Hmm?
Okay. Read at a fucking like actual understandable pace, Christ.
That was?
What's its
Yeah.
object class?
Yeah, that.
I don't
You
read
just
those.
jumped into like it just.
I don't read those.
Yes, you fucking. Okay, fine, I'll read it. Fucking hell.
Those words don't mean anything to me. The various fake words that they use to, describe
Listen,
those.
listen, Draugr wasn't an exception.
I don't know what a keter or a
Euclid.
Euclid is.
You know
Those
what
words
a
don't mean
special
anything to me.
containment
Explain,
procedure is?
But I get the feeling you simply don't care enough right now.
I don't know what a safe is.
I think you put stuff in it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Anyways, I guess I'll be reading it then. Item number SCP-6959. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-6959 is to be kept in a vacuum-sealed chamber suspended by two surrounding electromagnets, kept charged by a constant supply of power. Generators are to be inspected every 2 days for faults. The object's containment cell is constructed of steel-reinforced concrete, with the only entrance to the cell being a secure airlock requiring clearance for or above permission to be opened. Any unauthorized entrance detected within the cell will be met with immediate termination to prevent a containment failure. Any testing performed on SCP-6959 must be authorized to Site Director Rorans. Rorans? Fuck it, whatever. Description. SCP-6959 resembles a Fumo plush doll of the character Cyrano from the video game Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. SCP-6959 has no discernible aesthetic difference from any factory-made doll apart from lacking a tag. The object's makeup consists entirely of strange matter, displaying all hypothesized characteristics associated with the substance. Fuck, what? It is currently unknown how SCP-6959 came to have its current appearance. Research regarding its origins in space and how it came to be on collision course with Earth is ongoing.
It came from space.
Yeah, it checks out. Fuck it. SCP-6959 presents a significant danger to Earth, as any matter it comes into contact with will undergo an instant conversion and be added to SCP-6959's mass. It is hypothesized that SCP-6959 could completely convert the Earth within 5 hours of initial contact, resulting in an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario.
God damn it!
Due to the properties
Man,
of
I'm
strange...
really not sure what the word safe means in that case.
Okay.
I can
After
explain
this,
after.
we can go through the main three, if you want.
If I bump this off of the desk that it's sitting on, you're telling me the world will end?
I'll do it right now.
If you
Essentially,
bump that thing at all, I think you lose that arm.
essentially, safe, Euclid, and Keter aren't actually
I
how
said
dangerous
after
they
we
are.
finish
It's
this.
how likely they are to breach containment. This thing doesn't move. It's just a doll. So as long as it
It's a
doesn't
fumo,
touch
but
anything,
it has
it's
the
completely
properties of
safe.
antimatter, I guess.
Yeah. The Keter is
I
reserved for objects that are, like, exclusively trying to break containment to end the fucking world as we know it. This thing isn't really trying to do that. It just could.
It just kind of happened to hit our planet, unfortunately. Anyway, due to the properties of strange matter, efforts to destroy or cause cellular decay in SCP-6959 have proved useless, and research suggests that SCP-6959 could only be permanently destroyed if removed if jettisoned into a black hole or through the use of paradimensional anomalies. It looks if you would.
Alright.
Man, has anyone tried to kill 682 using this thing?
Turn it into strange matter. And then it
Discover-
doesn't end up killing it, but it is then made of strange matter and converts anything it touches into strange matter.
No,
Discovery.
it gets converted into part of the FUMO.
Discovery. The earliest record of SCP-6959's existence was a routine NASA drone's report on February 17th of 2009. It was determined to be on a collision course with the Earth. Foundation efforts were requested, and SCP-6959 was successfully inserted into a temporary containment unit on March 11th, 20 of.
That's
oh
my
wow!
birthday.
It took a whole while for it to
That's
get
my
there. Fair
birthday.
enough. Of 2022. No origin point for SCP-6959's travel has been determined. Further research is pending.
That's my birthday.
Clearance level 4 detected. Welcome, Dr. Rorans. Would you like to access SCP-6959 with elevated clearance?
We'll do
Push the
that in a
button.
moment. There's about to be an ad break.
Fair
I
enough.
just like to imagine that since this thing came from space, I'm imagining like a Fumo doll just laying in like a crater, like out in
think
the
the,
woods or something.
Which Thaumiel SCP is it? Like the huge woman who like points at incoming threats to the
Was
planet?
it 5,000?
Somewhere in there. Yeah. Just I imagine she's pointing really fucking urgently at that thing.
Is that
I don't
Oh,
think that's
No,
it.
probably not that one.
Damn.
Put in Thaumiel at the end of this, maybe.
You can't really see it on stream, but I just looked up SCP huge lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Was it 217?
No.
No.
Shit,
No.
which one was it? You know which one I mean, though.
Yeah, I know which one you mean. I'm trying to
Can you
find
like
it.
sort
though.
this wiki by classifications? Even if you could, I guess there's probably a fair number.
Was
but,
it
like
someone to watch over us? Oh no, this is the chill guy. I
No.
remember him.
this is fucking yeah. Anyway, let's just leave it be. I think.
No, I want to check 5,000 to see if that's it. If not, I'll figure it out on my phone. It is not 5,000. Y is a completely different thing. All right.
5,000 was also interesting though. Anyway, touch the
Yeah.
button. Oh god damn it.
Well, okay.
Item number SCP-6959. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. No changes from lower clearance revision. Why is that also red? God damn it.
Nothing.
Oh, it's just highlighted red as opposed to red.
Thank fuck.
Okay. Okay, okay, yeah, no, all of that's printed again, but it's the same. Or, wait, no, hang on. Shit. Fine. Description. SCP-6959 resembles a Fumo plush doll of the character Cyrano from the video game Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. SCP-6959 has no discernible aesthetic differences from any factory-made doll apart from lacking attack. The object's makeup consists entirely of strange matter, displaying traits previously hypothesized with the substance. SCP-6959 originated from the fusion of neutron stars RxJ1856.5 to 3754 and JT-J17855.2-3752. I'm going to strangle people who name stars. Strangelets expunged during the process formed into SCP-6959, which subsequently came to be on a collision course with Earth. Through the use of procedure Merlin 184, it has been confirmed that SCP-6959 is non-anomalous. Despite this, due to the events outlined in Addendum 6959-A and a unanimous vote from the O5 Council, SCP-6959 will not be classified with an EX appendage. Information regarding the true nature of SCP-6959 is not to be disclosed to anyone below Level 4 clearance.
So it
Despite
is
its lack of
technically explained now, but they're like, no, it could still fucking end the world. We're putting this thing in a box.
just because we can explain it doesn't mean we want people to go fucking poke it.
Also, I love the image of just like a fucking Cerno meteor flying through the sky towards Earth. Alright, continue.
Okay. Despite its lack of anomalous characteristics, SCP-6959 still presents a significant danger to Earth, as any matter it comes into contact with will undergo an instant conversion to SCP-6959's mass. It is theorized that SCP-6959 may have the ability to thoroughly convert the Earth within 5 hours of initial contact, resulting in an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario. Due to the properties of strange matter, efforts to destroy or cause cellular decay in SCP-6959 have proved useless. Research suggests SCP-6959 could only be permanently removed if jettisoned into a black hole or through the use of paradimensional anomalies. Addendum 6959-A. The following is a series of events following the research efforts of Site Director Evan Rorans and temporary co-Site Director Everett Chalmers. Fuck, god damn it. In relation to SCP-6959, Dr. Rorans was given supervision of experiments regarding SCP-6959, with Dr. Chalmers being assigned to documentation and interpreting information regarding the object. 2. Everett Chambers from Dr. Evan Rorans. Subject SCP-6959 assignments. Dated March 13th of 2022. Good morning, Chalmers. Glad to see we're going to be working together again. It's been a while, hasn't it? Seems I've been given authority over experiments with SCP-6959. You'll be documenting our results and overseeing the SCP file. Since we've only recently gotten this thing contained, I'd say it'd be best for us to not jump the gun here. How about we get a plan drafted out and start tests on Tuesday? Best, Evan. To Dr. Evan Rorans from Dr. Everett Chalmers. A reply on the same day. Good morning as well. Seems we are working together again. I think the last time was in 2009? Sometime around then. I hope the years have treated you well. Your plan sounds good. I'll be seeing you soon and we can begin. Regards, Everett.
If you get tired, let me know and I can take over. That does look like there's a decent bit left here.
Oh, god damn you.
What?
You know, just I looked at the side of the screen to...
Yeah.
I looked at the bar. Fine. March 14th, 2022, test log 6959-A. Test 1. Procedure. A small amount of hydrochloric acid is poured on SCP-6959 using an automated dropper. Results. The acidic solution was immediately absorbed into SCP-6959's mass. The object sustains no damage. Test 2. Procedure. An automated flamethrower is used on object. Result. Gases from the fire are immediately absorbed into SCP-6959's mass. The object sustains no damage. Conclusion. It is hypothesized that SCP-6959 either adheres to its indestructible properties or simply absorbs particles too rapidly to sustain damage. To Dr. Everett Chalmers from Dr. Evan Rorans. Subject results. Same day as the initial test. Results from our tests haven't given us much. We can't damage it, and the rate at which it converts matter is staggering. Our best guess currently is possibly some reality-bending shenanigans. I'm ordering some anchors from Site 84. They should get here tomorrow. If you have any suggestions, my ears are open. Thank you, Evan. He looks at you. Thank you. To Dr. Evan Rorans from Dr. Everett Chalmers. A reply on the same day to the previous email. We'll probably see fruit from the reality anchors. This wouldn't be the first time some bender decided to play a practical joke. If those don't work out, try to see if it's some kind of cognito hazard. It could be fucking with us to think that it looks away actually doesn't. I've had similar assignments to this one. They start out mysterious and spooky, but once you figure out what's going on behind the scenes, other secrets spill out like an unclogged dam. We'll have this one in the bag in no time. Best, Everett. Oh, more tests on the same day. Okay. So, March 14th, 2022, test log 6959-B. Test 1, procedure. Multiple Scranton reality anchors are placed within the containment cell. Results, no observed change in the object. Procedure. Researcher with a high cognitive resistance value is tasked with describing SCP-6959. Results. Researcher's description aligns with those of less resistant peers. Conclusion. SCP-6959 has no discernible reality bending or mimetic effects. 2. Everett Chalmers, or Dr. Everett Chalmers from Dr. Evan Rorans. Subject, lack of results. So March 15th, 2022. Good morning. Reluctantly, we've made no progress understanding SCP-6959. No reality bending nor mimetic hazards have been identified. We're going to have to start looking elsewhere for information on the object. Try getting into contact with some field agents. Let's start with interviewing the people involved with the actual doll's creation. Best, Evan.
I'm gonna turn the music down a little.
That's better.
Yeah. Would you like me to take over here, or would you like to keep going?
No. SCP Foundation Agent Automatic Assignment Report. Details. Due to a lack of progress regarding SCP-6959, Research Foundation units will be investigating those involved with the production of Fumo dolls. God damn it. Agents will be equipped with hidden recording devices and earpieces, with Dr. Chalmers issuing orders. Personnel involved. 2 agents embedded into popular gaming news websites Kotaku. Director Everett Chalmers. Date, March 18th, 2022. Task. Agents will be asking questions under the premise of a news article related to the sudden spike in popularity of Toho and Fumo dolls. Oh yeah, sudden, is it?
This is so
Interview
stupid.
Summary 1. Interviewed. Members of the Dojin Circle Angel Type. The Circle is responsible for the original design of the Fumo doll, partnering with the company Gift in order to produce them. Notably, the first design was of a different character. So I assume that's going by minutes. So 1 minute in, agents begin the interview. Directions from Chalmers lead them to question the creation of the Fumo design and its inspiration. Minute 45 seconds. Discussion regarding the origin of the design has yielded nothing. Chalmers orders direction of the conversation towards the character Cyrano. Minute 55 seconds in. Interviewed are trying to steer the conversation towards other topics. Agents attempt to get further info potentially related to SCP-6959, but fail. 2 minutes in, interviewed have no knowledge related to the assignment. Agents are ordered to conclude the interview. Interview Summary 2. Felix, if you would.
Yeah, I'm just questioning why they did like a normal interview here instead of just like bringing the people in for questioning and then amnesticing them and releasing them back into the wild.
I mean, they're trying to not like provoke it, because I think their line of thought is, okay, even if this person isn't like directly responsible for it, if they like go missing while we're interrogating them, someone's gonna fucking act up. So why not just stage a interview?
I
in
guess.
quotations?
I'm about to act up.
They do have other instances where they'll have like a regular ass reporter go in and talk to someone as well. Interviewed. Designer and manufacturer of the first serial doll produced. My god, what an honor. Okay, 5 minutes in, interview begins. Agents question the creative process of the design and how it was created. 5 minutes 45 seconds. Agents continue to press interviewed about the doll. Interviewed are starting to question why they're so interested in a silly-looking doll. 6 minutes 10 seconds. Discussion has yielded nothing. Chalmers orders use of interrogative tactics. 7 minutes. Interviewers are becoming increasingly uncomfortable. Chalmers orders agents to pressure them more. 7 minutes 45 seconds. Interviewed have no knowledge of value relating to the assignment. The interview is cancelled.
I really think they genuinely have no idea about what the fuck they're talking about, and they're just getting like the weirdest interview of their fucking lives.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially the person who was just like, who quote designed and manufactured the first Cyrano doll. It's just like, what do you want from me?
It was a fucking little plushie. I put some ears on it. I
It's a
don't know what
funny,
you
it's a
want
funny
from
little
me.
thing. In- Interview summary 3. Interviewed. Creator of Toho, Junta Oda. 10 minutes. Interview begins. Agents are ordered to direct the conversation to embodiment of Scarlet Devil under the premise that it is their favorite in the series. 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Discussion has yielded nothing. Agents... Actually, wait, no, I think that's supposed to be the time.
Yeah,
Dang.
that sounds more accurate. But I also want to say, I like imagining every single time the like discussion yielded nothing. It's like the guys were just talking about Toho for like 30 minutes. This was pointless.
No, not just 30 minutes. This fucking thing goes on for like 3 hours, 3.5. God. Discussion has yielded nothing. Agents direct the conversation towards the character of Cyrano and the creative process of designing the character. 11:30. Junta has explained the creative process in detail and is trying to steer the interview towards other topics. 12:15. After multiple failed attempts to get any more details regarding things relating to SCP-6959, Chalmers orders the agents to engage in an enhanced interrogation. The order is momentarily challenged, but the agents follow through nonetheless. 13:30. Nothing has yielded. 13:35. Assignment cancelled. Subject amnesticized.
They fucking started
Fantastic. They
torturing
fucking
the
beat the
creator.
shit out of Zun.
Now, would you like me to take over, or are you finishing this shit?
Fuck you.
Understood.
To Dr. Everett Chalmers from Dr. Evan Rorans. Subject Field Agents. March 19th, 2022. Everett, what the hell is wrong with you? Do you really think ordering the torture of an innocent man was acceptable? I understand being frustrated with the lack of progress. Really, I get it. That doesn't give you the excuse to do what you did. Have you considered that we're just dealing with a -EX in the making here? Nothing we've thrown at it has gotten us anything. None of the people who could have something to do with this have anything worthwhile to give us. All the usual things that could suggest some anomalous fuckery haven't been ticked. None of the data we've got shows us anything other than some strange quirk of physics. And regards, Evan.
Kind regards. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And incredible. To Dr. Evan Rorans from Dr. Everett Chalmers, subject in response to the previous same day. Everett, Evan, we are part of the Foundation. Our job is to save humanity from anomalies while keeping them and ourselves out of public knowledge. SCP-6959 could potentially destroy the entire Earth. If it takes torturing a man to get some info regarding it, then that is what I'll do. Report me to the Ethics Committee if you want. He was amnesticized and given some medical treatment. No harm done in the end. I know physics isn't your thing, but this isn't a quirk of it. The ramifications of this thing being non-anomalous are catastrophic. This strange matter is theorized to have existed at the beginning of the universe. It's thought to be the perfect state of matter. I refuse to believe some nonsense that this is somehow natural. I know you like to act superior in your emails and shit, but I'm not gonna let you strong-arm me into denying basic facts of science. Unkind regards, Everett. Comma,
so
bitch.
petty.
To Dr. Everett Chalmers from Dr. Evan Rorans. A response to the previous email. Look, I won't report you to the committee unless you pull something like that again. That being said, while I know physics isn't my strong suit, I also know we've hit a roadblock with this project. We've learned nothing, and we're getting desperate judging by your little outburst with the field agents. I've got one last idea. The people in the Thaumaturgy Research Wing at Site 72 have cooked up this procedure they've called Merlin 184. They've managed to seize some Serpent's Hand documents and reverse engineered a spell that will determine whether something is anomalous or not. I'll link the document here. Regards, Evan.
No regards, just regards.
Yep.
Neither kind nor unkind.
Procedure Merlin 184. Requirements: a camera, 5 candles, red chalk, a bladed object. Step 1. Take a photograph of the object you wish to test. Step 2. Using the chalk, draw a question mark surrounded by. God damn it! Thank you, Serpent's Hand. Very
Huh?
cool. Using the chalk, draw a question mark surrounded by a circle on the floor. The type of surface doesn't matter as long as the chalk isn't displaced by it. Step 3. Place the candles in a pentagon around the circle. Step 4. Place the photograph in the middle, cut yourself with the bladed object, and bleed on the photograph. If all steps have been followed, one of two events will occur. All the candles are immediately and anomalously lit. If this occurs, the object has anomalous properties. None of the candles are lit. If this occurs, the object has no anomalous properties.
They
I like
ask
how it's
Satan,
an actual
yes
fucking
or
question
no.
mark. To Dr. Evan Rorans from Dr. Everett Chalmers. A reply to the previous same day. Merlin 184, really? Is this a fucking fantasy book now? Since when are we utilizing magic to solve our issues here? Condescending regards, Everett. To Dr. Everett Chalmers from Dr. Evan, same day. Or Evan Rorans. If you have a better idea, I'm all ears. If you don't, then I'm messaging the department and we're gonna test this because we have nothing else to go off of. Annoyed regards, Evan. March 21st, 2022, test log 6959-C. Procedure, Merlin 184. Result, no candles are lit. Conclusion, SCP-6959 has been confirmed to possess no anomalous traits. EX classification pending. Director Rorans has requested SCP-6959 be classified as EX with further research into strange matter pending. Director Chalmers has rescinded the previous request. Dr. Rorans has requested SCP-6959 be classified as EX with further research into strange matter pending. Director Chalmers has rescinded the previous request. To Dr. Evan Rorans from Director Everett Chalmers. Subject EX. Date March 22nd, 2022. There's no way in hell we are making this thing an EX. There is no conceivable fucking way this thing is somehow not anomalous. It's a goddamn anime plushie that came from space and is made of strange matter. Whatever magic you used has gotta be bullshit because I know what I'm talking about when I say this thing is anomalous. Everett.
I fucking love this article.
This is.
It's a
I hate
fucking
you
anime
people, but
plushie
God,
that
this
came
is-
from
This
space.
is a phenomenal shitpost, I will say. To Dr. Everett Chalmers from Dr. Evan Rorans. Subject reply same day. There is no evidence to the contrary. Everything points to this being natural. We've detected no reality bending, no cognitive effects. None of the people we've interviewed know a thing, and on top of that, we used magic, and it still points to a lack of anomalies. I'm going to talk directly with the O5s tomorrow about reclassifying this thing. If you have anything to say about that, you can come to my office. Best, Evan. The following is a transcript from the CCTV recording of Dr. Roran's office. Dates March 23rd, 2022. Okay, who wants who? I don't care.
But, like, who do you want to be, though?
Helix picks someone, I will pick the other.
I'll go Dr. Chalmers.
Okay. Dr. Rorans is seen typing at his computer. Dr. Chalmers enters the room looking slightly disheveled.
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Dr. Rorans is startled by Chalmers' sudden entry. Fucking Christ, you scared the hell out of me. What do you want?
I want to know what the fuck you think you're doing trying to classify 6959 as explained.
Are you still upset about this? I told you already, there's no evidence to the contrary.
No evidence? Have you looked at the damn thing? Here, I've got a replica right here for you.
Chalmers produces a Fumo doll matching the appearance of SCP-6959. You bought one? Aren't those things like $500?
That's beside the point. Take a good long look at it. You're telling me this could somehow resemble something independently created out of the fusion of two neutron stars?
It's the working theory with what we have.
Are you serious? You're fucking delusional. How the hell did you manage to get this job if you're capable of believing something like this?
Calm down, there's no Chalmers cuts off Rorans and begins speaking louder.
Calm down? You're suggesting that this fucking anime doll somehow existed during the Big Bang. The entire creation of the universe somehow coinciding with it.
We have nothing else to go off of. That's the only theory with evidence behind it. You read my email.
So what then? Did Oda somehow subconsciously get influenced to create a character resembling it? Did its exact fucking design get imprinted onto the minds of the designers? Is God pulling some fucking prank on us? One so powerful and divine nothing we can do can even reveal the punchline?
We don't know.
The ramifications of it being non-anomalous are too heavy for you to be acting so nonchalant. Were we destined to recreate it? Have we succeeded as a species now? Are you suggesting that everything we've done is pointless or something? Has every moment past the creation of the doll been a disappointment to some fucking Toho deity? Is that what you're fucking implying right now?
Maybe? Both doctors paused for 30 seconds.
Are you suggesting that the perfect state of matter, the result of matter that existed at the beginning of the universe, is an anime plushie?
Yes? Dr. Chalmers picks up an office chair and throws it at Dr. Lawrence. The doctors fight for a minute before security arrives to apprehend Chalmers. End of transcript.
Wow.
Is there more?
Jesus Christ.
Is there anything else?
Hold on. I'm fucking dying over here, guys. It's so
Yeah?
funny.
Gets a fucking chair thrown at him.
I can imagine. This is great writing. I can imagine this scene so well in my head. It is so well written. It's the fucking
Like, this is an actual conversation people would have.
Fuck over here.
God, that was good.
Okay. A statement from O5 Council. Good morning. After taking into consideration the events that transpired between Dr. Lawrence and Dr. Chalmers, the Council has unanimously voted to not only deny reclassification to explain for the time being, but to also refrain from releasing info regarding SCP-6959 to the public. The object will not be classified explained until it is more properly understood, and information regarding it can be conveyed in a way to prevent personnel from having an episode similar to Dr. Chalmers. Dr. Chalmers himself is currently undergoing psychiatric evaluation. He will be denied access to SCP-6959 documentation for the time being. Thank you.
God, that was... Oh, that was a good article. I'm glad we read that. It took a while, but God, that was funny.
I like how this comes
Are you
from
really implying that the fucking perfect state of matter is an anime plushie? Yeah. Fucking. Oh, that was
The
good.
only way they could make it funnier would be if they renamed Lawrence to fucking Seymour or something.
Yeah, that was funny.
I like how this started from the shitpost of people buying these things just to destroy them. They're like, okay, but what?
Are these really $500, by the way?
Yes.
I never knew that.
You're being
Rich.
serious.
That's insane. It
Rich
looks
or
like the
alive?
materials would be like $50. Oh my god.
Okay, listen. Like, actual Fumos are ludicrously expensive for what they are, and
Yeah.
knockoffs aren't honestly all that much cheaper.
I should create an account just so that I can actually rate articles, because like I do think some of them deserve it, and I do want them to be more recognized, and if I can do my part, then I'd like to. But that's not something I'll do on stream.
As opposed to forcing yourself to have a Wikidot article.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was good. I like that article.
Okay, I'm not reading this, bitch.
Why? It's your turn.
Sorry, I've flowers to Aldrin on my fucking, my mind. I'm not allowed to, willingly read anything of lesser quality than Fumo plush. So, you know, tough shit.
Like, this one has more ratings, because it's newer.
I'm sure it does!
Yeah.
Here's the thing, it's not a fucking Fumo!
Alright. One moment. God, I still need to
my head
catch my
hurts.
breath after laughing so hard there for a moment.
My head hurts.
That one was so good.
The fact that they put so much effort into writing out that shitpost. Honestly, hats off.
Yeah, incredible article. Incredible article. Alright. Item number, SCP-175. Object class, safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-175 is to be kept in a metal safe when not undergoing testing. The safe is to be secured in a storage room at Site Redacted with other low-maintenance SCPs. The room will be guarded by 2 security guards at all times in accordance with security protocol. Redacted. Data expunged. Not redacted. My apologies. I know. Awful. Description. When not active, SCP-175 resembles a yellowed piece of parchment slightly larger than a standard piece of paper. The edges are torn and it appears weathered and brittle. However, SCP-175 is actually quite supple and is indestructible despite its worn appearance, having resisted all attempts to remove pieces for testing. The more interesting properties of SCP-175 are revealed when moved in relative proximity to a buried object. The proximity range seems to vary under unknown parameters. SCP-175 has become active in distances from as short as 30 meters to as far as several kilometers. However, on average, the distance ranges between 100 and 200 meters. Ugh. When SCP-175 becomes active, its appearance changes to become either a map or a set of directions to the buried object, or some hybrid thereof. Though the approximate size and shape of SCP-175 remain constant, its appearance may change to resemble various other paper and parchment varieties. And the writing or drawing implement and style vary as well, seemingly based on the mindset of the individual or individuals who buried the object. For a partial list of buried objects and their buriers, see Document 175. 08. If the buried object is dug up, or the map is removed from the proximity of the object, SCP-175 reverts back to its normal state. I hate that you somehow put the Fumo face in chat. Hate you for that. But yeah, that was a good article, thank you. Document 175-08. Partial list of buriers, buried objects, and appearances of SCP-175. All experiments took place at Redacted unless otherwise stated. Dr. Redacted buried a wooden box. SCP-175 became a piece of graph paper with a pencil-drawn map of the surrounding area, complete with a legend in the bottom left. The location of the treasure was clearly marked. Dr. Redacted remarked that the handwriting on SCP-175 looked identical to his own. Redacted. A 5-year-old female child of Dr. Redacted was instructed to bury a wooden box with a couple of her toys in it. SCP-175 became a crayon-drawn map of the surrounding area on a white piece of paper, clearly modeled on the style of a child of that age. Redacted. A 10-year-old male child of Agent Redacted was instructed to bury a box containing some of his comic books. SCP-175 became a list of instructions on lined yellow paper based on several landmarks in the area, trees, rock, etc. The instructions included where to start and how many paces to take to the next landmark, direction to turn, and eventually where to dig. The instructions were complete with misspellings appropriate for the knowledge of a child of that age. Redacted. A well-respected professional landscape artist was instructed to bury an empty wooden box. SCP-175 became a canvas with an accurately painted overhead view of the surrounding area with an X to mark the spot where the box was buried. Redacted. A professional puzzle maker and crossword puzzle maker was instructed to bury a wooden box. SCP-175 became a piece of graph paper with several inked crossword and various other word puzzles, along with a meta puzzle. Solving the smaller puzzles was necessary to find the letters to solve the meta puzzle, which was a list of instructions for where to find the buried object. Agent Redacted, who remembered a box with various objects that he had buried in his backyard at the age of 8, traveled with a research team to Redacted. SCP-175 became a pencil-drawn map of the surrounding area, along with labels that did not match his current handwriting, but did match his handwriting from papers his parents had kept that he had done at that age. Most remarkably, the map included several trees that had been cut down in the years since the box was buried. A D-class personnel who had been a professional architect before his conviction as a serial killer was instructed to bury a box. Redacted. For full details, those with sufficient clearance should see Addendum 175-13. During transport of SCP-175, along with numerous other safe SCPs to Redacted, one of the guards in the truck reported a high-pitched whine coming from the crate containing SCP-175. As per protocol, the truck was stopped and evacuated, and the nearest task force, Mobile Task Force Omega-7 Pandora's Box, was sent to investigate after being briefed on the contents of the crate. According to the debrief, they found a sheet of metal which was emitting the whine, and the sound increased in pitch and volume as they neared a specific location. Digging in this area uncovered SCP Redacted, at which point the metal sheet reverted to the inactive state of SCP-175. Neat. I like that. Addendum 175-13. On Redacted, a D-Class personnel who had been a professional architect prior to his conviction as a serial killer was instructed to bury a wooden box. The intended purpose of this experiment was to see what SCP-175 would look like when buried by an architect. When Dr. Redacted looked at SCP-175, once the box was buried, he immediately screamed, dropped to his knees, clutching his head with both hands, dropping SCP-175 to the ground. Luckily, face down. Agent Redacted... No, this is what I think... Oh, the Agent Redacted, who was standing by the side of Dr. Redacted during this experiment, reported a flickering mass of color and a sense of extreme nausea at a glimpse of SCP-175 before it drifted to the ground. He quickly dug up the box in order to reset SCP-175. Dr. Redacted went into a coma after this incident. An intense psychological screening of the D-Class subject revealed a well-hidden schizophrenia and sociopathy? Is that how it's worded?
Sociopathy.
Okay. Since this experiment, strict protocol has been put in place to protect the mental health of researchers. I'll be real, I thought it was gonna somehow be a picture of, like, fucking 096.
It's just the fucking heart locket gif.
It's just him. It's just 096, and the fucking serial killer was like, wouldn't this be so funny?
Chad, I've got an idea.
Hold on, I'm gonna read your message in chat. They need to add an addendum to documents about strange matter. It seems to have had a mysteriously positive effect on my Wi-Fi adapter.
I'm not fucking with you right now, by the way. It's stable now.
Incredible. I can read another one to give you a bit more of a break.
I mean, we could force Vigil to read a gunpoint.
Vigil, do you want to read?
Item number SCP-176. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-176 is contained on site under the cover of industrial chemical contamination. Any civilians attempting to enter 176 must be detained. Multiple high-speed cameras are set up within the observation room and linked to continuously running analysis computers. If any deviation is observed in the recorded sequence, all recorded data must be immediately backed up and senior staff notified. Description: 176 is an abandoned chemical factory situated near data expunged. The building consists of a factory floor and an observation room on the second floor, separated from the main room by one-way mirrors. These are three entrances to the building. A three-bay loading dock, whose doors have been welded shut. A ground floor employee entrance. A second floor observation room entrance, accessible via a metal staircase on the north end of the building. When the building is entered via the loading dock or employee entrance, no anomalies are observed, merely an empty room in severe disuse and disrepair with a small amount of metallic debris consistent with a stripped down abandoned factory. The inside staircase leading up to the observation room is missing and inaccessible. And so far, every attempt to enter the observation room via the inside of the factory through the access door or windows has failed. Would you mind?
I would.
Oh, just scroll down.
It's gonna be for
I
stream.
don't
guys?
want
Oh, okay. That's it for the day.
to.
Whoa. Wait, did you do too much? Oh, you're good now. When the observation room is entered via the second floor outside door, a factory observation room consistent in disuse and disrepair to the rest of the building is found. However, when the factory floor is viewed through the observation room windows, the anomalous property of 176 is visible. The view from the observation room window shows a static, repeating scene that lasts approximately 11.3 seconds before repeating. Visible through the window is a room of the same dimensions and layout as the factory floor, but painted white and sterilized. Yeah, I couldn't read that for a sec.
You're still
Set up.
It's
Huh?
sterilized, not sterilized.
Sterling.
Sterling.
Sterling. Set up in the middle of the room is
Yeah.
a huge electronic device of indeterminate function covering at least 50 square meters and extending approximately 2 meters in height at its highest point. 5 individuals in white clean suits appear to be working on the device.
Why are you reading it like this?
I don't know, to be
In
perfectly
white
honest.
clean suits.
In clean suits.
Stop that.
Appear to be working on the device. All right. Approximately 5.9 seconds into the scene, the employee entrance door bursts open, and 4 individuals wearing black tactical armor with no identifying marks or emblems enter the room and open fire on the research personnel. At 11.3 seconds, the device in the center of the room emits an intense flash of light and radiation, and the scene resets. Analysis of thousands of instances of the scene has shown no variation in the sequence.
Stop it.
So far, all attempts at interacting with the scene have failed. Any attempts to breach the window or door from within the observation room are met with resistance inconsistent with the suggested strength of the materials comprising their frames. To date, all attempts that have resulted in successful penetration of the door or window have resulted in the damage being instantly reverted, along with the sequence during the burst of light. Any tools or limbs extended outside of the observation room are cleanly severed and have never been found. Research is ongoing into the nature of the device at the center of 176, as well as the identities of the individuals involved. Jesus Christ. You might want to scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna.
A little bit. Thank you. Addendum 176-1. Further analysis of individuals in 176. Analysis has yielded the following information regarding the individuals visible in the scene. Unidentified researcher number 1. Male Caucasian, approximately 40 years of age, with brown hair and green eyes, stands in the southeast corner of the room, reading from a standing monitor. Hit 3 times in the chest by automatic fire at approximately 8.1 seconds and appears to be killed instantly. Number 2 researcher, researcher number 2. Male Asian, approximately 35 years of age, with black hair and brown eyes, stands to the left of researcher number 1. Carries a clipboard with indecipherable, there we go, writing on a note notepad. Hit once in right shoulder at 8.0, I should have said 8 seconds, before dropping to the floor out of sight behind the device. Researcher number 3. Female Caucasian, approximately 40 years of age, with brown hair and amber eyes. Sits at a desk in the southwest corner of the room, working at a computer station, is out of line of sight when the gunfire begins, and takes cover under the desk. Appears to be reaching for a wagon. Or no, a
Oh.
wagon. Oh, right, wrong. I'm
I think you
sorry.
messed up. I think you need to read that word again.
No. I think she was trying to reach a wagon. I'm
As someone
sorry.
who wasn't paying attention, he read it
Oh.
right.
Appears to be reaching for a weapon of some sort shortly before the end of the sequence. Researcher number 4. Male Caucasian, approximately 45 years of age, with brown hair and indeterminate eyes, stands in front of the device to the northeast, with his back to the observation room, shot twice in the head at 7.2 seconds, killed instantly. Researcher number 5. Male, indeterminate, stands in the northwest corner, mostly obscured, presumably shot at approximately 7.8 seconds, and drops down out of sight. Assailant number 1. Male, indeterminate, wielding a suppressed M4A1. Oh, Jesus Christ. Enters first, shoots researcher number 4 and 5, then moves towards the device. Assailant number 2. Male, indeterminate, wielding a suppressed MP5N. Enters second, turns left, and shoots researcher number 1 and 2, then sweeps towards the southeast. Assailant number 3, male, indeterminate, wielding a suppressed MP5N, enters third, turns right, and moves under the observation room. Assailant number 4, male, indeterminate, wielding a suppressed TMP. Jesus fucking Christ. Stays at the door, covering the others.
Incredible.
Wow.
It's just a looping scene in a factory observation room.
Nice.
I don't know why you reacted so strongly to him using an M4, but yeah.
I don't know. It's just something I didn't
I'm more
expect.
surprised by the fucker using a TMP.
Then I got more like, I was like, Jesus Christ.
Alright. Oh, this is the fucking... I hate that I saw Deep Blue and I actually...
Computer.
I saw Deep Blue and I actually knew what that meant because that was fucking mentioned in something else I listened to recently.
It's Frederick.
Shit, what was it? What was it? Right, it was in a fucking Slimesicle video.
Oh. Cringe.
He was doing like a game that's just like, what if capture just got more difficult every time? And so it went through like 50 levels of capture where you had to do increasingly just weirder and weirder stuff. And one of them was to beat Deep Blue. And so that's the only reason I even know what that is.
That's incredible.
Alright. Would you like to take this one, Mord?
No.
It's a little shorter.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, give me a sec.
Okay.
Oh, he was joking? Okay.
My head still
Yeah.
hurts.
Man,
I
need
can
a
take it
water
if
after
you want.
reading that.
No,
Jesus
no,
Christ.
I noticed as I was sitting back up.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
I'm kind of hoping you get 179.
No.
Oh, okay.
Item number SCP-177, Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. Due to the safe level of the object, SCP-177 is to be contained in Dr. Caleb's room, to be moved only at his discretion or that of a Level 4 administrator. Crossed out. SCP-177 is to be kept in a Level 4 storage locker. During use of SCP-177, standard rules of CHEST must be adhered to. Any test subject attempting to cheat or deviate from these rules is to be escorted from the room. SCP-177 is a 8x8 square standard chessboard measuring 40 centimeters by 40 centimeters. On the board are 16 pawns, 2 kings, 2 queens, 4 bishops, 4 knights, and 4 rooks, totaling 16 black and 16 white pieces. All items are carved out of elephant ivory. The white pieces are movable and can even be removed from the board with minimal force. The black pieces, however, cannot be removed from the board or moved by any outside force. Forces of in excess of 3 kilonewtons have been applied to the black pieces, only resulting in damaging equipment. Damn. With a legal opening move, when a legal opening move is made using the white pieces, SCP-177 enters an active state. When active, SCP-177 can be used to play a game of chess using standard rules. White moves first, pawns can move 2 squares in the pawn first move, etc. The black pieces move autonomously, and after a move is made using the white pieces, that piece becomes immovable until black makes a move. When a piece is captured, it is moved to the side of the board and removed from play automatically. In the case of the white side winning, the black pieces all return to their original positions, and no further effects are noted until a new game starts. If black should win, the black pieces do a celebratory dance, and the white pieces fall down, before righting themselves to their original position. Should a stalemate occur, all pieces fall down and return to original positions. That's cute. Addendum. History of SCP-177. SCP-177 was brought into Foundation custody on March of 1990 redacted, following a routine sweep of antique stores in the area of London, England. The shop in question was found to be mundane with the exception of SCP-177, which was acquired by Dr. Caleb. The shop has since been under surveillance for any further anomalous activity. Partial test log. Test number 1. White player D177-1, female, Caucasian, age 25. Subject chosen for her aptitude in chess. Results of game. Heavy casualties on black side, ending in checkmate for black after 60 moves. Test number 14. White player D177-1. Same subject as previous 13 games. Results of game. Few casualties on black side, ending in resignation from D177-1 at 50 turns. Almost all white pieces were captured. This is the first recorded instance of SCP-177 actually winning a game. Test number 25. White player. Male. Chinese, age 34. Local chess champion in the town of Redacted, Jiangsu Province, PRC. Mr. Redacted was informed that SCP-177 was operated remotely by an advanced chess computer developed by Sherman Computer Products. God damn you. Results of game. SCP-177 successfully promoted one of its pawns to a queen and used this piece to place Mr. Redacted into check several times before an eventual checkmate at 75 turn. Mr. Redacted administered amnestics and released. Test number 51. White player, male, Japanese, age 50. Former Japanese national chess champion. Results of game. SCP-177 had considerably long pauses between turns, often in excess of 10 minutes, and moved pieces slowly. Eventually, Mr. Redacted resigned, declaring that the board was broken and taking too damn long. In future tests, time control will be used to ensure there are no repeats of this test. Mr. Redacted administered amnestics and released. Test number 167. White player, Dr. Caleb. Chess expert and head researcher on SCP-177. Dr. Caleb requested to play a game with SCP-177. Results of game. Checkmate for SCP-177 at 154 turns. Dr. Caleb proclaimed that it was the best damn game of chess he had ever played, and expressed interest in a rematch. Test number 200. White player, Deep Blue Chess Computer. Results of game. SCP-177 narrowly lost to Deep Blue in 50 moves. Since this time, SCP-177's chess strategy has been noted to be greatly improving. Neat. Helix, if you would.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm on
you.
it.
Test number 406. White player, Dr. Caleb. Results of game. Checkmate for Dr. Caleb in 11 turns, a new record for SCP-177. Dr. Caleb stated SCP-177 must have cheated, citing the misuse of the en passant move. Footage shows that SCP-177 played legitimately. L. Test number 529. White player redacted 2000 whenever World Chess Champion. Mr. Redacted was informed that SCP-177 was being controlled by an advanced chess computer developed by Sherman Computer Products. Results of game. Mr. Redacted lost to SCP-177 in 90 turns, stating that whoever programmed this computer was a genius. Mr. Redacted was administered Class A amnestics following testing and released. Test number 702. White player Rybka Chess Computer, winner of 2007 to 2010 World Chess Computer Championships. Results of game, SCP-177 won in 25 moves. Jesus Christ. Test number 975. White player Anderson, a chess computer developed by Dr. Caleb with the express purpose of beating SCP-177. Computer is built to be able to deviate from rules of chess and cheat if necessary. White piece is manipulated by a robotic arm. Results of game. Game progressed normally until turn 63, when Anderson attempted to move the white queen in an L shape similar to a knight in order to achieve check. Following this, SCP-177 was thrown at Anderson by an unseen force at over redacted kilometers an hour, resulting in the destruction of several vital circuits in the computer. Main protocol. No cheating. Do I even need to say what would happen to a human if they cheated against this thing? Dr. Caleb.
It's honestly funny
Okay.
that cheating didn't come up until like test 1000. Like they didn't like put in a D class who like accidentally like put something in an recognizable
Hit him with the. That's right. We're gonna cheat.
fireball.
Dies.
It fucking explodes.
Oh, I fucking
Successfully rage baited.
love
Is it even successful rage bait if you don't put a chessboard through their fucking chest?
Link 1772. This one's cute. I like it a lot.
Yeah. How many? Wait, that's. Hold on. That's rated 700. This is rated 3. How good is this article gonna be?
I think people are too cringe to understand how fucking funny it
Yeah.
is.
Alright.
Wait,
Item
these
no-
like.
Huh?
Are these like the ones I think they are? No, wait, I'm thinking of a different one probably. Never mind, continue.
This actually kind of feels familiar.
Wait, maybe it is. Oh shit.
Item number SCP-178. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-178 is to be stored in a Class 3 anomalous object container guarded by no fewer than 2 armed personnel with Level 3 clearance when not undergoing testing. Item is to be removed from containment only with the written permission of personnel with Level 4 clearance or higher. Following Incident 178-14 Alpha, all tests are being monitored remotely, and the presence of all personnel apart from the test subjects in the testing area during experimentation is expressly prohibited. Description: SCP-178 is a pair of white stereoscopic 3D glasses with a rectangular white cardboard frame and lenses of transparent blue and red. Left and right lenses, respectively, plastic. I thought just occurred to my head, it's crazy how this is so iconic. It's just like 2 pieces of plastic and cardboard. Yet if you mention 3D glasses to anyone, this is what comes to mind. That is so crazy to me. The item exhibits no unusual physical properties apart from a slight discoloration of the cardboard consistent with age. When worn, the wearer begins perceiving large bipedal entities in addition to its ordinary surroundings. Entities reported exhibit a docile and occasionally curious behavior. Reports include entities leaning over the shoulder of persons working and observing them with interest, with one exception. Any attempt by the wearer or any other personnel, see Incident Report 178-14 Alpha, to directly interact with the entities results in severe lacerations suddenly appearing on persons involved. The appearance of lacerations is rapid and continues until the moment the wearer expires. The pattern of lacerations is always consistent with being slashed with 3 parallel tapered sharp objects of length varying between 14.2 and 27.4 centimeters, and maximum thickness varying between 2.9 and 8.1 centimeters. Recording and measuring devices used during testing failed to detect any anomalies, including while lacerations were appearing on subjects. Subjects do not report hearing any sounds emanating from the entities. Long-term observation of subjects exposed to the item reveals no lasting effects. Stereoscopic images viewed through the item appear three-dimensional. Addendum 1. Item was recovered on Redacted in Redacted, Tennessee by Agent Redacted, operating as a deep cover agent in the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, who appeared in the town following reports of a redacted-year-old child being found dead in her second-floor bedroom, and apparently as a result of an unusual mauling. Agent Redacted noticed a blood-stained stereoscopic image of a Ferris wheel adjacent to where the child was discovered, and after some searching found the item under the child's bed where it had apparently been thrown during the child's death throes. Agent Redacted then proceeded to call a recovery team to his location. Following the recovery team's arrival, Agent Redacted wore the item and looked at the image, reporting nothing unusual until he turned his head to his left, whereupon he noticed an entity approximately an inch from his face leaning over his shoulder and looking at the image. In the debriefing, Agent Redacted reported also noticing several other entities in the room observing him, and the recovery team. Agent Redacted refrained from attempting to interact with the entities, and the item was recovered without incident. Addendum 2. All experiments are to be logged in file 178-E. I'll read that afterwards. Addendum 3. Personnel with level 4 clearance are urged to read Incident Report 178-14 Alpha. Reading Incident Report 178-14 Alpha is mandatory for all personnel with level 4 clearance or higher overseeing or approving experiments with the item. Warning. Failure to comply with Addendum number 3 is grounds for disciplinary measures. Hold on. Yeah, I believe this is relevant. Oh, it's a lot, though. Oh boy, alright. I'm gonna get reading. Oh, no, go away. Go away. I don't want you. I accidentally hovered over, like, the bottom right of my taskbar, and it was like, oh, you want to look at the news? No, I don't. I don't want that.
No.
All experiments performed on SCP-178 are to be logged here. Dr. Redacted. Experiment 1. Name, Dr. Redacted with Dr. Redacted and Dr. Redacted Assistant Date Redacted. Procedure. D-Class subject is to be placed in secured test chamber containing SCP-178. The test chamber is to be observed via bulletproof glass window to adjacent control room and via auditory and video recording devices. D-Class subject will be instructed to wear SCP-178 and report what it observes until told otherwise. Results. Subject D17, male 41, no discernible mental abnormalities, is placed in the chamber and told to wear SCP-178. Subject is not told of SCP-178's nature. Subject does as instructed, then immediately expresses distress by throwing SCP-178 away and covering its eyes while vocalizing fear. Research staff instruct subject to describe the source of its distress. Subject unresponsive. Research staff attempts to calm subject. Subject responds by uncovering its face and looking around, appearing to still be distressed. Research staff instructs the subject once again to describe the source of its distress. Subject responds by stating the presence of an unfamiliar entity in close proximity to its face the moment it wore SCP-178. Research staff instructs subject to describe the entity in detail. Subject responds by stating entity was hideous and had too many eyes. Research staff instructs subject to describe the entity in greater detail. Subject states it did not manage to perceive many details before removing SCP-178. Research staff instructs subject to wear SCP-178. Subject uncooperative. Research staff repeats instructions. Subject uncooperative. Research staff threatens subject with termination unless it cooperates. Subject uncooperative. Testing is ended and subject placed under surveillance to test for long-lasting symptoms of exposure. Subject displays symptoms of mild paranoia for 2 days before returning to normal behavioral patterns. Surveillance ended after 30 days and subject terminated. I feel like that's excessive. I don't like how some early articles genuinely do treat D-Class as if they, like, aren't a resource. Like, they have infinite of them. Because they're meant to be expendable, but they don't have endless D-Class. They can't just terminate one, like, if it doesn't have a reason. Like, it can still be used in other tests. It's just maybe don't treat them as nicely if they're being uncooperative.
Meh.
Like, it's 30 days after the fact, and they're just like, nope, just kill him now. Like, that fucker could still be fed to the, like, cookie monster. That's good food you're wasting. 500
Well, they never say
D-class.
how he's terminated. That could be what they did.
Maybe they did. Maybe they just put him on, like, some keter.
Listen, they have plenty of ways of terminating a D-class. You don't
That's
have to
fair
assume
enough.
they chopped.
They euthanized him.
Yeah, they fed him to fucking Buddy over there.
Yeah.
Ferdinand.
Note, well, this wasn't very informative, but it at least confirms we have an actual anomalous object in our hands. Experiment 2. Name, Dr. Redacted, Dr. Redacted, Dr. Redacted assisting, date redacted. You get it. Procedure. D-class subject is to be placed in secured test chamber containing SCP-178. The test chamber is to be observed via bulletproof glass window to adjacent control room and via audio and video recording devices. D-class subject will be instructed to wear SCP-178 and report what it observes until told otherwise. Sorry, burping a bit. Results. Subject D63, female, 31, no discernible mental abnormalities, is placed in a chamber and instructed to wear SCP-178. Subject is not told of SCP-178's true nature. Subject is as instructed and immediately begins emitting expletives and walking backwards towards the chamber's wall, looking intently at something to its 1 o'clock. Research staff instructs subject to describe what it is seeing. Subject presses its back to the chamber wall and describes seeing an entity standing halfway across the test chamber by the wall looking at the wall. Research staff instructs subject to describe the entity in detail. Subject states the entity is bipedal, possesses 2 additional upper appendages ending in large conical protrusions and a small, smooth head. Research staff instructs subject to provide additional details. Subject begins describing the entity and then suddenly expresses distress, stating, "Oh god, it's looking right at me." Subject collapses against the test chamber wall, still staring in the same direction. Research staff inquires as to whether entity is exhibiting hostility or not. Subject states that it is not moving but looking at it. Subject instructed to remove SCP-178. Subject refuses, stating that it does not trust the entity. Subject reminded that uncooperative behavior will result in termination. Subject removes SCP-178 and begins looking around the test chamber in distress, stating that it can no longer see the entity. Subject instructed to wear SCP-178. Subject complies and states that the entity is still looking at it. Subject instructed to report any changes in the entity's behavior. 2 minutes and 30 seconds pass before the subject states the entity is no longer looking at it. Subject states entity is looking at the wall again. Subject reports no further changes for 17 minutes and 55 seconds. Test ended. Note, it seems strange that the thing the subject saw was so disinterested, given the way the item came into Foundation attention. We didn't pick anything up in any of the recording equipment either. I wonder if this entity is really there or an illusion generated by the item. Experiment 178-E3, Experiment 3. All the names are redacted, the dates redacted. Procedure. D-class subject is to be placed in a secured testing chamber containing SCP-178. The test chamber is to be observed via bulletproof glass, blah 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 blah. It's the same thing. A fractal blue and red image is to be placed on one wall of the test chamber, and a plastic bin containing 10 standard tennis balls is to be placed near the opposite wall. D-class subject will be told SCP-178 is an experiment in next-generation 3D specs, and that staring at the fractal image while wearing SCP-178 will allow it to see animated 3-dimensional images. D-class subject will then be instructed to wear SCP-178 and report what it observes. In case the subject perceives any entities, it will be instructed to throw a tennis ball at them. Just start chucking a ball at it. See if that does anything. Results. D51, male, 27, arson, murder, no discernible mental abnormalities. So it's just the way they listed those is really funny to me. Like, They didn't mention the crimes of the other two, and then we get to this guy and just like, yeah, arson, murder, like, no mental abnormalities. Just. Oh my god.
I don't know
Ne-
how no mental abnormalities were detected if whatever.
Next time they've got to throw a Pokeball at it. They probably have something close to a Pokeball.
They have like several things, I'm sure.
Yeah. D-Class is instructed to stand at the end of the test chamber opposite the fractal image and wear SB-178. Subject complies and expresses surprise and discomfort. Subject instructed to describe what it perceives. Subject states it perceives two entities standing in the room. One, now referred to as Entity 1, next to the fractal image with its back to the subject, and the other, from now referred to as Entity 2, crossing the room from left to right. Subject opines, and the person who designed the animation is mentally unbalanced. Subject instructed to describe Entity 2's gait. Subject states it walks using both its leg and upper appendages. Subject equates Entity 2's gait to that of a gorilla if someone put its skeleton together wrong. Research staff inquires whether both entities are similar. Subject replies that apart from size, they appear to be generally similar. The subject then proceeds to describe entities fitting the description of the entity in Experiment 2. Subject instructed to pick up one tennis ball and throw it at Entity 2. Subject complies. Both the research staff and the audio recording devices observe the ball moving uninterrupted until it hits the floor on the opposite side of the test chamber. Subject expresses surprise and distress, attempting to back away for 0.7 seconds before severe lacerations begin appearing on its body. Appearance of lacerations continues for 4.7 seconds until subject presumably expires from massive bleeding and trauma. Autopsy on expired subject reveals lacerations consistent with being slashed by 3 sharp objects, relatively thick and tapering to a point approximately 17 meters in length and 4 meters in maximum width. Analysis of ball thrown by subject discovers only trace amounts of human sweat, matching D451. Notes. Holy expletive redacted. It would appear that these things don't like being disturbed. On the other hand, that ball sailed through the air like nothing was there, and with the death of the subject, we cannot know if it indeed passed where the entity was or not. This is still far from conclusive, but the pattern of laceration matches the findings at the item's recovery site, so at least we've established beyond a doubt that it is dangerous. It's interesting to note that so far, the entities are pretty consistent in appearance, despite variance between test subjects. I wonder if any non-violent interaction between the subject and the entities is possible. I'm not even halfway, dude. Oh my god. All of the details redacted. Procedure. D-class subject placed in a secure test chamber. The chamber is to be observed via bulletproof glass. This time, however, they're using infrared cameras, electromagnetic radiation sensors, and motion detectors. A fractal blue and red image is to be placed on one wall of the test chamber. The subject will be told this is an experiment in next generation 3D specs. They'll be seeing 3D images, pretty much the same as the last test. This time they're seeing if it can talk to them. Results. D84, female, 19, no mental abnormalities. Is instructed to stand near the wall opposite of the fractal image and wear SCP. How the fuck did a female 19-year-old become a D class? I guess it checks out, but like, holy fuck, that would suck. You'd think that even like the fucking Foundation would have some standards in regards to that. What do you have to do at the age of 19 to become a death row inmate? There's no way she could have been a researcher and got demoted.
No discernible mental abnormalities either. I'm starting to think that doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
What did
Maybe they
she
mean
have
like
to
actual
do?
like anomalous abnormalities as opposed to being a fucking sociopath.
Yeah. Oh well. It is instructed to stand near the wall opposite the fractal image and wear SB-178. Subject complies and immediately expresses revulsion. Subject instructed to describe what it perceives. Subject describes an entity similar to the previous. Subject is instructed to attempt to speak to it. Subject appears confused as to why it would attempt to speak to an animated image. Research staff repeats instruction. Subject expresses irritation and says, "Hello, weird thing. How are you today?" in a bored manner. Lacerations begin appearing on subject's torso and admin 0.2 seconds after subject finishes speaking. Subject's right arm severed above the elbow after 2.4 seconds. Laceration in subject vocalization stops after 8.4 seconds when subject presumably expires. Autopsy on expired subject reveals same kind of lacerations, sharp objects. Like, I'm gonna start omitting the exact centimeter in length these cuts are. They get cut up into bits if the thing doesn't like them. If it's something new, I'll say it. But I'm tired of reading that it's oh yeah, this cut was 0.2 centimeters longer than the last cut or something. I don't need to read that 17 times. Guess they are being shy. Or shy beings. Notes. I guess that means we can assume that any attempt to interact with the entities ends in hostility. And nothing on any of these sensors either. We're establishing a pattern here, but the main question is still whether the death of the subject is caused by the item or external entities. I wonder if subjects not wearing the item can be affected by it. Again, all of the names and date are redacted. Procedure: 2 D-class personnel are placed in the testing chamber. Observed using the same things as last time. Both subjects get a general knowledge of the properties of SCP-178. One subject, designated Subject 1, will be instructed to wear SCP-178 and will describe to the other subject, designated Subject 2, the location and appearance of any perceived entities in the test chamber. Subject 2 will then attempt to interact with the entities. Results. Subject 1, D61, female, 35, 3 counts of murder, GBH, no discernible mental... What is GBH?
Not sure.
Alright, good. No discernible mental abnormality. And Subject 2, D57, female, 27, no mental abnormalities, are placed in the test chamber. Subject 1 instructed to wear SCP-178. Subject 1 expresses dislike for the research staff. I imagine she's just fuck you, asshole, and then just puts them on.
Fuck you.
The Subject 2 concurs. Research staff reminds both subjects that uncooperative behavior is grounds for termination. Subject 1 wears SCP-178 and begins emitting expletives. Subject 2 expresses distress and inquires as to the reason for Subject 1's consternation. Subject 1 states that there's one right behind you. Subject 2 turns around and states that it cannot see anything unusual. Research staff calms both subjects by assuring them the perceived entities are harmless and instructs Subject 1 to assist Subject 2 in making contact with the entities. Subject 1 states that there is an entity about a foot in front of her, and that the entity's head is about 2 feet taller than her. Subject 2 inquires whether the entity is looking at it. Subject 1 replies in the affirmative. Subject 2 attempts to calm itself and proceeds to look where it considers the entity's head to be and say, hi there? Lacerations immediately begin appearing on Subject 2's torso and face for 0.9 seconds before Subject 2's neck is severed. Subject 1 vocalizes acute distress and runs toward the test chamber door. Subject 1 attempts to bludgeon the door open unsuccessfully for 5 seconds before turning around and saying, presumably to a perceived entity, no, get away. Subject 1 begins suffering lacerations across the abdomen and torso. Movement and laceration and vocalization cease immediately after 17 seconds. Autopsy on expired subjects revealed 2 different laceration patterns. The relatively few lacerations suffered by Subject 2 are consistent with lacerations caused by 3 sharp objects, approximately 27 centimeters in length, while the many lacerations suffered by Subject 1 are consistent with lacerations caused by 3 sharp objects. They're different sizes!
Yay.
They got sliced by different things. Note, we still don't know whether the entities are actually there or are illusions caused by SCP-178, but now we know they can affect more than the wearer. This means that this object is potentially much more dangerous than we initially surmised. Interestingly, though, the 2 subjects showed different laceration patterns, as though they were inflicted by different entities. A shame we didn't ask Subject 1 about the number of entities in the room. Will we do better next time? It is also possible that the subject wouldn't have been harmed if she hadn't addressed the entities herself. That's also worth checking out. Oh my fucking god. Oh, you got the water flea from Grounded. Congrats.
Wow.
Oh. I think it's like fish leaderboard, not just leaderboard. Hold on, I'll try to run it.
It is.
Yeah, there you go. There's the leaderboard. I'm just taking a moment real quick. Experiment 6. Doctors redacted. Date redacted. Procedure. 2D class. Placed in testing chamber. Observed via bulletproof glass. Both general knowledge of the subject. One instructed to wear it, the other will describe to the other the location and appearance of any perceived entities in the test chamber. Subject 2 will then attempt to interact with the entities. Subject 1 will be instructed not to speak or otherwise interact with entities at any eventuality. To ensure this, Subject 1 will be told that any attempt to make contact with the entities will result in termination. Alright, results. Subject 1, I'm just going to start omitting. There's been no meaningful information in the actual classification of each D class. It has all been pointless. I'm gonna start omitting that for the next 5 articles. Subject 1 and Subject 2 are placed in the test chamber. Subject 1 is instructed to wear SCP-178. Subject 1 uncooperative. Subject 1 instructed again to wear SCP-178. Subject 1 uncooperative. Subject 2 urges Subject 1 to cooperate for fear of punitive measures. Subject 1 wears SCP-178 and expresses surprise and disgust. Research staff inquires as to the number of entities. Subject 1 states they're redacted everywhere. Doc, there's 9 of them here with us. Subject 1 then turns to look at the bulletproof glass windows separating the testing chamber from the control room and states that there's 3 in there with you. Look, there's one leaning right over your redacted. See Incident Report 178, 14 Alpha for more information. Notes. Following the loss of all research staff in Incident 178-14 Alpha, the containment protocols have been revised. 05-7. Great. Absolutely fantastic.
Yay.
Yikes. Experiment 178-7. Doctor names redacted, date redacted. D class, placed in secured testing chamber. Chamber is to be divided into 2 partitions in a 5-to-1 ratio, with a smaller partition containing the chamber entrance separated by bulletproof glass with a small hole in the middle covered in steel mesh to allow the passage of sound from one partition to the other. The testing chamber will be observed remotely via audio and video recording devices, via infrared cameras, sensors, motion detectors, blah blah blah. Subjects to be told of SCP's nature, and it is instructed to wear it and communicate with entities on the other side of the partition. Alright. Subject 1 is placed in the test chamber and instructed to wear SCP-178. Subject expresses displeasure but complies. Subject instructed to describe what it perceives. Subject describes 4 entities in the other partition. Subject states entities look docile, 2 of them jabbing the walls, with the other 2 looking at it through the glass. Research staff inquires whether any entities are present in the subject partition. Subject looks around and replies that none are present. Subject instructed to attempt to communicate with the entities. Subject expresses desire to get this over with. Subject says, presumably toward the perceived entities, "Hello, can you hear me?" before recoiling subtly. Research staff inquires as to the reason the subject recoiled. The subject replies that the entities have begun pounding the glass with their upper appendages. Research staff inquires whether they are succeeding in causing any visible damage to the partition. Subject replies that they are not. Audio recordings fail to pick up any sounds apart from those emitted by the subject. Research staff inquires whether the subject can hear the entities pounding on the partition. Subject appears perplexed and replies to them negative. No changes occur for 10 minutes and 14 seconds. Research staff announces the end of the experiment. Subject expresses relief and removes SCP-178, placing it on the floor. Testing chamber door opens and 2 security personnel, agents redacted, demand that the subject comes with them, presumably to D-class cells. Subject turns toward the door and begins complying when lacerations begin appearing across his face, torso, and upper arms. Subject vocalizes distress, and both security personnel recoil and emit expletives. Agent redacted radios a containment breach. Agent redacted begins firing his weapon into the chamber, hitting and killing the subject. After 2.1 seconds of being lacerated, containment teams are mobilized to the testing area and the sector goes into lockdown. Searches are concluded after an hour and 4 minutes without any findings or further incidents, and lockdown is lifted. SCP-178 is found where subject dropped it. Note: expletive redacted. That could have been catastrophic. First time we get to experiment on SCP-178 and the whole sector goes into lockdown. The brass aren't going to be pleased. I think we should come up with some lower risk experiments for the foreseeable future. I guess anywhere that attempts to establish contact with the entities can die even after removing SCP-178. It's interesting to note that Agent Redacted suffered no ill effect despite firing at the entity. I estimate it is because he had only very limited knowledge about the entities observed by those who wear the item. Probably because no one was wearing it, I would say. This has been such a run-on, dude. Like, half of these are just like, oh yeah, they touched it in a different way and it still killed them. We've gained, like, very little from, like, a fucking, like, half hour of reading. Alright, blank, they're all fucking redacted. Test 8, D-class place in test chamber, video recording. Subject is instructed to hold SCP-178 up to the camera and report what it sees on the monitor. The camera is both connected to the monitor and to an external recording device. Pending the success of the experiment, the research staff will submit a request to view the recording. Subject 1 is placed in the test chamber and instructed to pick up SCP-178 and hold it up to the camera. Subject complies and holds the object approximately 20 centimeters from the camera. Subject instructed to hold SCP-178 up to the camera so that it sees through it. Subject inquires as to which lens it should look into. Subject instructed to hold the red lens up to the camera. Subject complies. Research staff inquires whether the monitor displays anything unusual. Subject replies the negative. Subject instructed to hold the blue lens up to the camera. Subject complies and reports that the monitor still does not display anything unusual. Subject instructed to put down the camera and wear SCP-178. Subject complies, vocalizes acute distress, stumbling backwards while staring at the monitor. Research staff inquires as to the source of the distress. Subject reports 3 entities crouched in front of the monitor, looking at it. Subject instructed to remove SCP-178. Test ended. It would appear that either the item functions similarly to ordinary stereoscopic glasses and requires 2 eyes, but the effect isn't merely optic. There's a way to test that. Finally, the last experiment.
The ride never ends. The ride never ends. Help me, help me, help me.
Experiment 9, everything redacted. D-class placed in test chamber. A special mount containing 2 small video cameras simulating a pair of human eyes connected to a monitor that splices both images together in real time to create image, similar to the way a stereoscopic sight works. The test chamber is to be observed remotely via audio, visual recording devices, via infrared cameras, all the good stuff. Subjects to be instructed to hold SCP up to the camera and report what it sees on the monitor. The camera is set to record. Pending success, the research staff will submit a request to view the recording. Subject is placed in the test chamber and instructed to pick up SCP-178 and hold it up to the 2 cameras. Subject complies and holds SCP-178 approximately 20 centimeters from the 2 cameras. Subject is instructed to view the monitor and describe what it sees. Subject complies and vocalizes distress, dropping SCP-178 and backing to the chamber wall. Research staff inquires to the source of subject's distress. Subject states they're watching me. Subject is instructed to hold SCP-178 to the 2 cameras. Subject is uncooperative. Research staff threatens subject with termination unless it complies. Subject complies and holds SCP-178 to the 2 cameras. Subject is instructed to attempt to communicate with the entities. Subject says hello in the opposite direction of the monitor, presumably in the direction of the entities. After seconds, lacerations appear on the torso, face, and right arm. Experiment is concluded, and SCP is recovered. Autopsy shows there's lacerations on them. Analysis of the recorded footage shows 3 separate entities with varying sizes observing the subject. One subject attempts communication with entities, 2 grow 3 sharp claws and lunge at the subject. They look more hideous than we imagined. We are going to need to analyze the footage more and calculate the speeds of the endings before we do any more experiments. Thank fuck, dude. This is so long. But at least we learned that if you look through both of the lenses, that's when it works. Thank you.
Holy shit.
Unreasonably long experiment logs. Holy fuck. I'm gonna run and grab a
Ugh.
drink before I even click on to the next one. I will be right back. God.
Biggle.
Yep.
No, that's it.
Oh, I'm lock picking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Mining.
Mm. Why?
Goodies.
Mm.
I love me goodies.
What?
Oh fuck. I almost died. Tragic.
Alright, I'm back.
Facebook.
Alright, you want this one, Mord, I assume?
Making a lot of assumptions. Sure, what the hell is this thing? Item number SCP-179. Object class Safe, formerly. Currently Thaumiel. Special containment procedures. SCP-179 remains beyond the reach of currently known groups of interest, including the Foundation. All containment efforts are to be focused towards a Grade 3 emission cover-up, coupled with the discouragement or sabotage of exploration and research missions that attempt to study cis-Mercurian space and orbits that go through it. Description: SCP-179 is a humanoid entity located at a constant distance of approximately 40,000 kilometers from the south polar region of the solar photosphere, locked to the rotational axis of Sol. However, it does not orbit it. The most recent recording of SCP-179 indicates that it seems to maintain a constant orbit around the center of the galaxy. Through the combined effort of 43 years of continuous surveying, the external appearance of SCP-179 has been defined as a human female of undetermined ethnic group of between 20 and 40 years of age. Its entire... Oh, this is the thing I was thinking about, I think. Yeah!
I looked it up earlier and I was like, oh, we hit that today, don't we?
Yeah!
By the way,
Anyways.
this when we looked up SCP Huge Lady, this was the first thing. I was just like, there's no way it's 179.
Incredible. You know what? I'm happy to eat my own words, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, I like the idea of it just rapidly pointing at the fucking Fumo. No, bad.
Get the fuck away from me.
No. Its entire bodily surface is covered in or composed of a matte black material. Its hair appears to be composed of this material, measures over 34 kilometers long, and is constantly pushed away by solar wind. However, this part of SCP-179 seems to reflect variable amounts of sunlight, this reflection being the phenomenon that indicated its existence to Foundation astrophysicists during 1940. Several markings or tattoos are placed throughout its bodily midline. Judging from their brightness, these markings seem to be of metallic composition and of a golden hue. These tattoos include several symbols that have been identified as those typically representing the sun and the 6 innermost planets of the solar system, according to the medieval alchemy, including, in this order, a symbol of gold in the subject's forehead, right underneath the hairline, the symbol of Mercury under the nose, circling both lips, the symbol of copper between the medial ends of its clavicles, data expunge autosensor level SC4, non-trivial cognitohazard detected, with the anatomically correct shape of a human heart placed over the location where a heart would be in a female human of the same apparent age and bodily proportions. Great. The symbol of iron in the upper abdominal region, the symbol of tin in the lower abdominal region, part of a final symbol in the pelvic region, while the anatomy of this region makes its clear observation difficult, it has been hypothesized that the symbol of lead is also present and complete in the perineum region. Great. SCP-179 keeps its ventral side oriented towards Earth most of the time, but it has been observed to look towards other areas on occasion. Redacted. All further data redacted as per Administrative Warning ES-026. Administrative Warning ES-026. As of redacted, SCP-179 has been reclassified Thaumiel. All involved personnel with a clearance level below 4/179 will either be promoted or reassigned to fit this new classification, depending on their relevance for the continuated surveillance and cover-up operations as directed by the current head researcher for SCP-179. All reassigned personnel will be subject to Polymath 8 memory redaction therapy or D-class amnestics in a high-dosage grade with a maximum retrograde effect of 10 years of experience. Jesus Christ. Depending on the time spent working in SCP-179 prior to its reclassification. SCP-179's existence will be subject to an orbital misinformation standardized intelligence obstruction and neutralization campaign. As per Omission Protocol 4, items 4.5, 4.6, and 4.7, most documentations related to SCP-179 has been classified Level 5 Thaumiel and will be made available only to authorized 5/179 personnel. Be advised that unauthorized access to SCP-179 research materials will be considered a Type 3B offense, unauthorized data management while lacking appropriate global clearance, punishable by compulsory memory redaction therapy with immediate reassignment and/or demotion. Warning: unauthorized personnel will be exposed to a mimetic defense agent.
Please tell me we get like flashbangs.
Yeah.
My brain just fucking exploded, man.
Nothing happened to me.
This is a little bit longer, but that's fine.
1 second. Ugh. SCP-179 is sensitive to all radiation in the electromagnetic spectrum, intelligent and able to communicate through multiple anomalous means, including to, but not limited to, radio and laser communication interference. Only one instance of SCP-179 communication with Foundation personnel has occurred thus far, where SCP-179 proved to be fluent in French. God damn it, she was so close.
God damn it.
I guess that's why she's an anomaly. As this contact did not result in a clear statement of SCP-179's intentions towards Foundation and its mission, all efforts must be made to prevent contact by any known groups of interest with SCP-179. Misinformation operations and other preemptive measures have been deployed. Most recorded movements performed by SCP-179 have been related to extraterrestrial threats, both anomalous or non-anomalous in nature, on a collision or orbital insertion course with the Earth. These threatening items have been identified as capable of causing CK-class reconfiguration events of diverse impacts on human societies and earthly life in general if allowed to reach Earth. If impact with Earth or orbital insertion occurs without proper response and containment by Foundation operatives, these items of interest may be capable of causing XK-class end-of-the-world scenarios. SCP-179 will usually address an item or items of interest by pointing at them with an arm and, when more than one item of interest is presented, will be able to generate additional limbs anatomically identical to its arms as needed. Survey data indicates that SCP-179 performs other motions specific to each item of interest addressed. such as raising different figures or moving its arms in an array as of yet undecipherable patterns at fixed intervals. But whether these motions contain any information or not has not been determined to date. The limits of SCP-179's detection capabilities have not been clearly ascertained. While SCP-179 has been able to detect potentially harmful objects beyond the trans-Neptunian region, those threats had been detected by other surveillance and exploration systems, usually under Foundation control, or in at least 3 separate instances that were visible to the naked eye from Earth. However, they had not been immediately recognized as threats. It has been hypothesized that SCP-179 may only detect and react to active threats that remain detectable to other observing parties without the cis-Neptunian region, while being able to unerringly determine their harmful nature. All items of interest approaching Earth within cis-Neptunian space that had considerable destructive capability have been detected by SCP-179 without failure, often when no observers known to the Foundation were aware of them. Looks if you would.
You move it.
As such, SCP-179 and all personnel, orbital equipment, and facilities dedicated to its surveillance remain the most reliable early warning system the Foundation possesses to detect and, when possible, prevent potentially dangerous incursions within surveyed space. SCP-179 is able to determine which interplanetary objects pose a threat to Earth, mankind, or the earthly biosphere, which makes it a critical asset for the Composite Orbital Early Warning System, COIA. Cows. Fuck it, whatever. Project of the Foundation, which currently involves SCP-Redacted, SP-Redacted, SP-Redacted-Redacted, and SCP-Redacted. Who would have thunk it? Experimental Foundation Orbital Cool, great. Site 34, Site 103, Site 98, Area 8, Site Redacted, Redacted, and Command Site Redacted. I'm so glad. As well as several personnel embedded within different space agencies and international consortia related to space exploration. All data of interest related to or obtained through SCP-179 will be marked as COS 179, which will be considered high priority information to all Foundation departments. God, okay. Addendum. SCP-179-1. Notable movements of SCP-179. Oh god, British. The 13th of December, 1940. First recorded movements of SCP-179. The entity, that had remained with both arms crossed, raises an arm towards a previously undetected interplanetary object on a collision course with Earth. After its impact in an event that damaged the city of Redacted extensively with large quantities of an anomalous mucus secretion and left more than 1,300 dead, which combined with the anomalous phenomenon related to Redacted as per previous expungement. Remaining central item reclassified as SCP-Redacted. SCP-179 returned to its original position. Why am I having it up? Just fucking... September 20... Or the 22nd of September, 1942. Sixth recorded movement of SCP-179. The entity raises its arm towards Redacted on a collision course with Earth. Item of interest crashes near Auckland, New Zealand on the 4th of October, 1942. Item separates upon impact into several devices of mechanical nature. Data expunged. Recently formed sub-entities with minimal civilian casualties. Once Foundation operatives contain the item proper, which is reclassified redacted, and terminating most sub-entities, SCP-179 returns to its original position. Mobile Task Forces redacted, all data on involved assets expunged from records, proceeds to track and destroy all remaining sub-entities. Redacted, but it was in the 1900s. 18th recorded movement of SCP-179. The entity raises its right arm towards data expunged. Up to this date, the entity has kept one of its primary arms, shifting from one to the other as necessary, pointing in the same direction. Okay, 1st of March, 1949. 23rd, why did they change it? 23rd recorded movement of SCP-179. The entity raised an arm towards an Amor-class asteroid that adopted a collision course with Earth. The Foundation used a combination of several SCP objects to launch a remote-controlled interplanetary vehicle that acted as a gravitatory tow line. This mission is announced as a success on the 3rd of
May.
May. God damn it. 3rd of May, 1951. At this time, SCP-179 returns to its original position. Note: surveying elements observed that the entity performed a motion that could have been a nod. Reclassification request to Euclid status filed and denied. L. 13th of December, 1998. 403rd recorded movement of SCP-179. The entity stopped watching Earth for 2 days and 13 hours. When it looked towards the Jovian system, once this interval was over, SCP-179 looks at Earth again. The 9th of September 2002. 487th recorded movement from SCP-179. SCP-179 points at an armed Type 12 dimensional weapon. Further data on XCP-11DW expunged as per 0511 Executive Command. Launched from Area 8 to test SCP-179's detection capabilities. Item remains in a primed configuration for Redacted, ready to be launched at a test location on Earth. It is not identified by SCP-179 until it is 3,670 kilometers above the Earth's surface, when SCP-179 reacts to it as a threat and points at it. The device subsequently reconfigured to a standby configuration and redirected towards its primary target, Redacted. Still in transit from the Kuiper Belt, SCP-179 returns to its previous position. The 16th of October, 2003. Contact with SCP-179 is achieved via the Redacted-2 probe. Subsequent movements registered in Addendum SCP-179-2. SCP-179 reclassified Thought Meal. See Addendum SCP-179-2. Addendum SCP-179-2. Events of the 16th of October, 2003. SCP-179 was first approached by the Redacted-2 probe, a microsatellite equipped with multiple recording, analysis, and communications devices incorporated into the Redacted probe in a clandestine operation. The probe acted as a relay for the Redacted probe and the Foundation missile control. Contact and communication with the entity were not foreseen nor programmed. When visual contact with SCP-179 was established, obtaining an unprecedentedly clear, very high-resolution image of its surface, the entity begins to move its lips, forming the phonemes of a greeting in spoken French, but follows as a complete translation of the exchange.
Would you... Do you want to take the researcher, or do you want to take the SCP?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll take the SCP.
Okay.
Hello. I'm the lookout. How the fuck do I read that? Okay.
Salsasaur.
Salsasaur. My name is Salsasaur. Do you like my brother? I like him too. He's big. So big. And so very warm. If you want to talk to me, please use your satellite to weave talk to me. It'll be easier than coming here. Probably. Entity remains immobile until 1755-53. Researchers assigned to SCP-179 detect this movement. Level 3 researcher Thomas Graham, who is fluent in French, is selected by head researcher Redacted to conduct a possible exchange with SCP-179. The Redacted-2 probe is used as a radio relay from this point onwards. SCP-179 is able to receive, understand, and transmit radio communications. SCP-179's transmissions read as a monotone, featureless human voice that speaks in French. Subsequent exchange occurs with a 16-minute and 39.6 seconds delay between each message, corresponding to the distance between SCP-179 and Earth, and return that will be emitted in the rest of this document.
Who are you?
My name is Salsasaur. I am the lookout. I behold. I often see. I often warn. Almost always when I have to. That way, there is further life.
What do you mean, the lookout?
It's me.
Sorry, that's adorable. He's me.
It's me.
We have noticed the significance of your movements. Who do you report to?
To those who know where to look. To you. Those who want to look. Not just you, but you too.
When you say brother, are you referring to the sun?
He is my brother, Sol. He warms me up. He's carrying fire and loving light. He caresses me with his arcs and his voice and renews me. He is the source of all true light. He is your source.
Where do you come from?
I was born a child. The entity nods towards Earth.
How long have you been in your current location?
I do not want to tell you. Smiles. SCP-179 adopts a fetal position, remains looking towards Earth and pointing at Redacted. Face of the entity remains visible from the Redacted 2 probe.
How did you reach your current position? How did you acquire the properties you currently possess?
I was grown into a woman. That is how I live now.
Could you give us further details, please?
No.
We would like to know more about you. Why not tell us?
I am sorry. I won't be yours. I can't belong to any one person.
The Foundation's work protects all of humanity, all life on Earth. Don't you find this work of the greatest importance?
Yes, I am doing it. Look upon me and know.
If we have understood your capacities correctly, we believe you could do far more than that. Sharing all the information you have, not just about the dangerous threats against humankind and Earth, could be a great benefit to all parts involved.
I am too big, and you are too small. There is a sea of nothing and islands of light. I am their shore. To you come the monsters, the pounding fists of void, the longing gods beyond our knowledge. I am the lookout. I see the ripples in their wake. You want me to pledge my sight no to you, only to you, so you and only you can be greater. Even if you find, restrained, defend, you want me to be yours. That is not why I am here. There are others I assist, others I warn, others beyond your thin walls of gray, dry paste rock, others beyond the reach of your weary satellites, others beyond the home, our home, others I know, others I love, others you won't care for, others that came before, and, overall, others beyond the little walls of rules and bones and laws and flesh and memories and oaths you build around yourselves until you don't even remember them. Others I love, dearly, and yet only my brother is an equal to me.
Excuse me, I don't understand what you mean by others. Could you please explain yourself with other words?
I have no words left. Closing. Despite several communication attempts, SCP-179 did not perform any other movements nor transmit any other messages. Up to this date, SCP-179 has not responded to any message coming from any Foundation contact team or any other efforts from known groups of interest.
Damn.
Let's go!
She was just like, I'm bored of you guys. I'm gonna go back to looking at the sun.
I mean, honestly, unfathomably based. Just,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just kind of point at things for everyone. What the fuck do you want me to do for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like her. She's nice.
Yeah, I like this article. Oh, what's the next?
Fucking
Puppy!
painful to read
Okay.
after time. Yeah.
Alright, we can do the puppy real quick, and that'll be it for stream.
Yeah. Whew. Good ones in this, though.
Yeah. SCP-180. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. All headwear, including hair clips and bow ties, is restricted in Reliquary Research and Containment Site 76 for all outside security. Anyone violating this rule is subject to complete physical search, auditing of travel within Site 76, and DNA testing. SCP-180 is not to leave its research laboratory. The current appearance of SCP-180 is to be reported to security daily. Security is to be notified immediately should personnel encounter someone they don't recognize in the department, performing or dressed as if they belong there, as their identity might have been stolen. Description: SCP-180 appears as a hat or other form of headwear or hair accessory. Any individual who places SCP-180 on their head will have their identity stolen by the hat. This effect causes the original host to be completely unrecognizable, even to people strongly familiar with the object. Individuals observing a subject who has had their identity stolen will only be able to vaguely describe features of the individual, such as hair and eye color, skin tone, and clothing, but will not be able to recognize the identity of the subject. Most host subjects are unable to convince others of their identity. This effect lasts until SCP-180 has selected a new host. Once SCP-180 has stolen the identity of a host subject, when SCP-180 is placed upon any other subject's head, the identity of the first subject is imprinted on the second subject. This is possible not only for people, but for animals and inanimate objects. For example, subjects have mistaken dogs, statues, and coffee tables for the host of SCP-180 when the hat is placed on these objects. SCP-180 appearance changes depending on the host, however the effect is only visual. The object has appeared as a top hat, a skull cap, a baseball cap, a bandana, hair clip, hijab, motorcycle helmet, amongst other objects. Imaging using MRI and 3D ultrasound has shown that SCP-180 is in reality nothing more than a worn length of linen or cloth, resembling a veil or shroud. Placing SCP-180 on the head properly actually covers the face. Research has been unable to explain how and why radiation, visual, and infrared is manipulated by SCP-180 to produce false images. What appears to be a young woman is in reality a 4-year-old Bornean orangutan. I'm fucking taking a snip of that out of context.
This coming off of the fucking.
Here, Agent Expunged poses for the camera. Despite his appearance, he is a 33-year-old human male with dark hair and blue eyes. The host identity of SCP-180 is that of a wire-haired dappled dachshund. He's just fucking posing. That's so funny. Alright, I think that'll do it for today. We got a few good ones in. We made some serious progress. We're getting close to 200.
We're close to 200, and we did 173, the big one.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I guess end stream, but whew.
Yeah. Once we hit 200, that means we'll be a fifth of the way to 1,000, which would mean we're about a sixth, which at that point we'd be about a sixth of the way done with the entire wiki.
That's what you like to think.
In reality, it's like fucking RuneScape leveling, where once we get through the first, 5,000, every single article past that is, significantly longer.
Incredible.
That's such a crazy reference, but it probably fits, too. Oh, I actually fucking love the tissue snail. I love that one. Oh, I can't wait. Alright.
Oh boy.
Shane called me a stinker?
What?